1-2. 1-2. You're from Warren East High School here in Bowling Green. Barren County taking on Warren East tonight in the girl-boy doubleheader. We got the Trojanettes and the Lady Raiders in Game 1, and then the Trojans and the Raiders in Game 2 this evening. Jay Turner courtside at Warren East. Robert Bauer will join me here momentarily. Warren East comes in 9-3 on the season. They won over Warren Central in the 2A sectional championship game, 48-38, their last outing. They're on a 4-game win streak, and they'll play Belfry at 12 noon Friday at the Owensboro Sports Center in the 2A state tournament. Lady Raiders are ranked 5th in the Dave Cantrell ratings this week in the region, number 6 in the Bowling Green Daily News prep poll. The Trojanettes come in 11-4, ranked number 2 as they have all season long in both the Dave Cantrell ratings, the Lexington Herald Leader, and also in the Bowling Green Daily News prep poll. They'll come in as a 14-point favorite tonight on paper over the Lady Raiders of Warren East, who has a new coach in Jenny Jones-Neville, who played her high school basketball here at Warren East, and she becomes the 6th head coach in 10 years for the Warren East Lady Raiders, and they're off to a good start. As I mentioned, 9-3 last year. They were 14-17, and it's a team that returns all 5 starters from last year, including their leading scorer and rebounder, Lucy Patterson, who's averaging about 18 points a game this season for the Warren East Lady Raiders. Barren County's last outing was last Tuesday night, but a week off, as the Trojanettes lost to Bowling Green on the road by a score of 61-40. Second fewest points scored this year by a Barren County Trojanet team, as they only shot 21.8% from the field, 12 of 55 from the field overall, and only 4 of 20 from behind the arc. And Bowling Green shot 53.3% last Tuesday night, hitting 24 of 45. And the Trojanettes will be hosting Warren Central Saturday. That's a rescheduled game from last Saturday. The boys are in the 2A state tournament, so the Trojans and the Dragons game still in doubt at this moment. But the Trojanettes and the Lady Dragons will play Saturday with the JV game starting at 5 and the Trojanettes game varsity starting about 6:15 or so. We'll come back with more pregame coverage in a moment here from Warren East. Always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. We'll be back with more. This is Barren County High School basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Yes, sir. Jay Turner back here at Warren East High School with a pregame report brought to you by Zaxby's with a new Caribbean Jerk Filet Sandwich or boneless wings meal. And you can make it a meal with crinkle fries and a 22-ounce Coca-Cola freestyle drink at Zaxby's. Well, Warren East is 9-3, Barren County 11-4 coming into tonight's game. The Trojanettes have won 11 straight over the Lady Raiders. Last year was 69-35. 2 years ago, 52-30. Been a few close games over the years. You go back to 2015, it was a 6-point ball game. And then in 2010, a 5-point ball game, a 3-point win for Warren East in 2008. The last time that a Lady Raider team has beaten a Trojanette basketball team. That was the last time they went to the regional tournament as well. But last season, 14-17. And 2 years ago, 18-13, their first winning season since 2008. The Lady Raiders are averaging 56.2 points a game. Their opponents average 44.1. They shoot 36.7% from the field, 20.3% behind the arc. They've hit 29 threes this year, and they shoot right at 59% from the foul line, and they average 34 rebounds a game. Warren East predicted to finish third in the 14th district this year behind Bowling Green and South Warren, but Warren East and South Warren had a battle back early in the season, and the Lady Spartans defeated the Lady Raiders by a score of just 60-56, a 4-point victory. So they have not played another the second time around in district play. Barren County has played some tough competition this year. They lost to Bowling Green, of course, twice. Bowling Green rated 13th in the state in this week's high school basketball poll. They lost to E-Town, the number 2 team in the state of Kentucky, and number 8 ranked Anderson County. They'll play Casey County later in the season. They're ranked 10th in the state of Kentucky. So you can't say the Trojanettes have had a weak schedule because it has been a tough one. Robert Bowers, he joins me courtside here from Warren East.
Hey, Jay. Glad to be here. I'm sorry running late, but glad for the Trojanettes to get back on the floor. I know that it's tough to wait that long, and there had been games where they played a game and played another game, but when you have a defeat and you have such a long time to think about it, it makes it a little bit more difficult to practice, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to look at what's ahead. So they've got a stretch. You mentioned it, the stretch of games coming up. We don't have very many breaks. That rescheduled game on Saturday gives them another game that they should be able to have a W in. So good to get back here against a team in Warren East. You went over their record and talked about that already. That seems to be improved. Let's see where they stack up against us, who is consensually, I guess would be the right word, number 2 in the region still, right?
Has been all season long. Bowling Green's been rated number 1, and the Dave Cantrell ratings that came out today. Glasgow rated 3rd, South Warren 4th, and Warren East at number 5, and Greenwood coming at number 6. So you've got 4 teams in the 14th district in the top 6. And then on the Bowling Green Daily News Prep poll, Bowling Green, Barren County, Russell County moved up to 3rd, Glasgow 4th, South Warren 5, and then Warren East ranked at number 6 in the Bowling Green Daily News Prep poll. But they return all 5 starters, as I mentioned. They got Lucy Patterson, Haley Heimer, Kelsey Sparks, Caroline Forrester, and Olivia Price, and their best record under the new head coach since, you go back to 2008, the last time they had a winning season until 2 years ago. They went 18-13, but Barren County's won 11 straight against the Lady Raiders.
For them and their program history, it's very storied, but it's been a long time since they've had some success. So I know they are very encouraged about what's been able to happen this year, and their schedule, we'll say, is marginal maybe, especially compared to the Trojanet schedule you went over that have played some very, very good opponents. So they've got a good opponent coming in tonight. Let's see if we can live up to those expectations and come out of here, which has been a very difficult place for the boys to play. Maybe not so much the girls recently, but hopefully with 2 wins.
Trojanettes are averaging 58 points a game, giving up 47.5. They shoot 42.3% from the field. They've hit 73-point shots this year, and they're shooting at 64.5%, 24.5 rebounds a game. We'll have more of the Zaxby's pregame report when we come back after this break. This is Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto on 103.7 Nash Icon. Lady Raiders under first-year head coach Jenny Jones-Neville. They'll start Lucy Patterson, a 5'9 junior, averaging almost 18 points a game and 8.5 rebounds. Haley Heimer, a 5'6 senior, averages 6.3. Kelsey Sparks, a 5'5 senior, averages 6 points a game. Caroline Forrester, 5'11 junior, averages 9.5 points and 9 rebounds. And Olivia Price, a 5'8 senior, that averages 6.5 points for the Lady Raiders. For the Barren County Trojanettes, under fourth-year head coach Piper Lindsay, her assistant coaches Scott Chapman and Chad Withrow. Katie Murphy, 5'5 eighth grader, averaging 3 points a game. Elizabeth Bertram, 5'7 senior, 19.5 points a game. Raven Ennis, a 5'9 sophomore, averaging 8.2 points and 4.4 rebounds. Carly Delks, a 5'9 senior, averaging 8 points and 4.5 rebounds. And Eve Jackson, 5'9 senior, that averages 7.3 points a game for the Trojanettes. It's been a while since the Trojanettes have been at home. In fact, you go back to December the 14th when the Trojanettes hosted Elizabethtown, and will not have another home game until January the 24th when we play Allen County Scottsville in a district game. That is a long time between playing on your home court. Now, obviously, we played at Park City, but that's not being on your actual home court.
Just a quirk of the schedule, the way it worked out. I know the coaches really have no control over that, especially with the Warren Central game getting canceled and then getting made up later. And
you got the All-A Classic, the 4th Region All-A Classic, right. Monroe County. We're going to play them on Monday night. Normally we play them on a Friday night.
Right. The 2A tournament does us no favors. We're not in it. It just messes with our schedule. And what ends up happening in the month of January, which is usually a pretty fluid Tuesday-Friday setup, gets screwed all about with the All-A now and the 2A. So something we'll never participate in, but drastically affects our schedule.
So this is the 16th game of the season for the Trojanettes. 4 of them have been at home. So this is the actual 11th straight road game, and we'll be at Monroe County next Monday night for a district doubleheader. But again, Warren East improved this year with 5 starters back from last year's 14-17 record. Trojanettes won by 34 in that game last year over Warren East. Of course, we had virtually a different starting 5 as opposed to Warren East, who has all their starters back this year. But they're going to play in the 2A sectional, or actually the 2A state tournament on Friday at 1 o'clock against Belfry at the Owensboro Sports Center. That'll be their next game coming up after tonight.
Yeah, looking at that, I think they've got a pretty good chance to beat Belfry. Looking at the other schools, Marion, Callaway, Christian Academy, Bell County, Rowan County, Mercer County, I would say Christian Academy of Louisville and probably maybe Mercer County would be your 2 favorites in that. So, but they'll definitely see some stiffer competition than they have played so far this year.
The officials for tonight's game are Tawny Brown, Terry Baldwin, and Tony Franklin. And the official lineup brought to you by Scotty's Contracting and Stone, committed to providing all customers the same level of highest quality no matter the size of the project. We'll be back with the Farmers RECC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening Tip-Off after this break, as you're listening to Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon.
And everyone standing at attention.
1037 Nash Icon, WHHT FM, Cave City, Glasgow. Online at 104thescore.com. Jay Turner with Robert Power, courtside at Warren East. Trojanettes, they are to our right, and Warren East down to our left. Barren County tonight will be in burgundy uniforms with black numbers, gold Barren County across the front of their jerseys. Gold stripes. And the Warren East Lady Raiders will be in white with blue lettering and numbers and outlined in old gold. They have renovated the gymnasium here. What was it? It wasn't last year. It was year before last. They put new bleachers in, new scoreboards, and they're in blue. The scoreboards are in blue, and the type in red with East and Barren up on the scoreboard. BCHS Live is here tonight. And again, let's hope the Trojanettes shoot better than 21.8% as they did a week ago tonight.
Fair enough to say that's a game they want to forget. And that's what we were talking about with that layover, not getting to play and forget it and have another game to talk about, watch film about, etc.
Warren East, a much improved ball club since last year. As we talked about, they only lost to South Warren by 4. They beat Metcalf by 10, Callaway County by 6. They beat Monroe County by 25. They beat Franklin Simpson by 29. Allen County Scottsville by 27. Beat St. Francis by 37. Beat Hart County by 4. That was on December the 30th. They played 2 back-to-back against Warren Central. They beat Warren Central on January the 9th. That was last week, 58-34. And then Saturday they beat the Lady Dragons 48-38.
Well, it clearly helps when you return all your starters, and even though you weren't the coach, they've been in the program. They kind of know at least what's expected to be a Warren East Lady Raider, and the new coach there, Coach Neville, has done a good job so far.
Caroline Forrester for Warren East, Raven Ennis for Barren County. Trojanettes moving right to left here in the first half. Warren East coming left to right. And Tony Franklin will toss it up. And here we go. Easily controlled by Warren East. They'll set things up. Patterson on the left side. Dishes it down low. Double team. Ball goes out of bounds. They say last touch by the Trojanettes. I couldn't see from this angle. So it'll stay with the Lady Raiders underneath to the left side of their goal. Patterson sends it out for a three-point shot that's off the mark from, was that Heimer that shot that? I didn't see the number. Actually, it's Sparks. Ball went out of bounds, so the Trojanettes will have the ball. And then Warren East in a 1-2-1 zone court press. Lob comes to Ennis. Sends it in the middle. Breaking the press underneath. Here's Bertram, but she shuffled her feet before she went up with a shot.
She knew she did. She's just trying to get away from it. We've got our guards more in the back, so if we beat the front of the press, we're going to get layups.
Yeah. Barren County full court pressure, but Patterson breaks it, gives it down to Sparks on the left baseline. Shot blocked from behind, but taken inside. A lot of traffic there. Shot goes up, it's no good. Forrester with a rebound, back up, no good. And fighting for it, Delk's got it, clears it out there, gives to Ennis. Ennis takes it down the left side of the lane, goes in for the shot, it's too strong. Rebound by Bertram, flips it back up, it won't go in. Forrester with a rebound for Warren East, gives it off to Patterson. Patterson angles right, goes down to the corner now to Heimer, and she walked. Got down low on the block and then traveled with the basketball. Barren County's ball now as Ennis will put the ball in play. Gives it over to Eve Jackson. She's in a trap, bounces it back to Ennis. Long bounce pass right, goes to Murphy. Murphy heads in, bounce pass underneath the Delk. Broke it up in there by Patterson and out of bounds.
Just a little late, right idea. Warren East is playing the exact same type of press that we run. So, you know, we've seen that in practice over and over. We should be able to beat it and score on it.
Bertram in the corner to Ennis on the right-hand side. Jackson was open for the three, didn't take it. Gives it off to Bertram.
Going to 2-3 zone us.
And here's Murphy on the left wing. Out to Jackson, left to the key. Back over goes to Bertram for the long three. It's no good. Rebound comes off long to Patterson. Pass deflected, came back to her. Sparks on the right side. Bounces down to the corner to Heimer. Heimer's going to fire it up for three, and it bounces off the rim. Rebound taken by Raven Ennis. Raven Ennis. Bounce pass broken up by Heimer and out of bounds underneath the Barren County bucket. 6:30 to play. No score as of yet. Minute and a half gone. And Murphy throws it out and chased down by Bertram. Bertram calling the play. Goes in the corner to Murphy on the left-hand side. Back to Bertram. Right side it goes to Jackson. In the middle, here's Ennis. Trying to dump it down to Delk. It's stolen away, and there is Patterson got a hand on it, and Delk reached in to tie it up. So Barren County will keep it on their possession at 6:14 to play in the first quarter. As the Trojan basketball team makes their way into the gymnasium. Murphy out to Jackson. Lets it go for three. Oh, missed it badly. Murphy with offensive rebound. Try to throw it back to Ennis. Had it back tap to her. And here's Bertram. Left side going into the corner. Fires it back out to Jackson. Around it goes to Ennis. Ennis hooks it back off to Jackson. In a lot of traffic. And the runner up. No good. Rebound to Delk. Kicks it back to Bertram for the three ball. No. Patterson crashing the board with Forrester for the Warren East Lady Raiders. Still no score. We played almost 2.5 minutes. They work it down in underneath. A shot no good, but a foul call that's going to send Price to the charity stripe. Foul on Carly Delk, her first, and Barren County's first in the ball game.
Mentioned hopefully our cold shooting didn't carry over from the Bowling Green game. Well, it looks like it's done just that so far in the first couple minutes.
And Price gets the free throw. She's a 70% foul shooter on the year. 5'8" senior, averaging 6.5 points a game. Warren East on the scoreboard first, 1-0. Second shot's in the air off the front of the rim, and crashing in there is Bertram. Got rid of it off to Ennis. Hands it off to Bertram. Sends it over to Murphy. Murphy bounce pass back to Bertram out front left side. Goes back right to Murphy. Now goes to Jackson. Jackson back to Murphy, cutting into the lane. Over to Raven Ennis from the 17-footer left side. It's good.
Switched it up and went man against us, and that yielded a bucket.
Barren County finally on the scoreboard. Ball tipped away. Murphy's got it, and then she threw it away.
Elizabeth's momentum was going backwards instead of the goal. She hadn't completely switched from the defensive side of the ball to the offensive to go get a bucket. But we've got to score to be able to set up the press and get those turnovers.
Ball comes out on a lob to Patterson. Patterson's in a trap in the backcourt. Gives to Price. Deflected up in the air by Bertram. And then knocked away. Patterson comes up with it. And here goes Sparks down the right side. Feeds it in there low to Patterson. Has it blocked by Delk. Taken by Jackson. Had it smacked out of her hands by Forrester and out of bounds. Barren County will get the basketball. Comes into Murphy. 2-1. We played a little over 3 minutes of this first quarter. Murphy sends it off left corner. Delk. Now throws it back out to Bertram. Bertram trying to make a move on Price. Cuts back right. Shovels it out now to Ennis. Left side it goes to Delk. Fires up a three. And it goes in. Wow, got it laid up there like an egg on the left side of the rim and fell in.
Not a normal shot for her, but we'll take some unusual points.
How about a People's Bank three-point shot for Carly Delk. Here on the baseline. Shot blocked by Murphy. Taken by Jackson. She's in a trap, trying to dribble out of it. Gives to Murphy. Threw it away right in the hands of Patterson. Patterson drives against Jackson and a foul.
Not sure what that was. I think she threw it where she expected somebody to be instead of where somebody was.
Jackson, her first team,
First foul on Eve Jackson, second one on the Trojanettes. And now Patterson at the line. She's a 69.5% foul shooter. First one is in and out. First substitution for Warren East.
Number 20,
Tanea Bailey, a 5'7" freshman that averages 8 points and 4.5 rebounds. Patterson, second throw in the air. It's too strong. And the ball slapped out of bounds. We're going to say Ennis touched it. Her and Forrester fought for the rebound. And Piper Lindsay will bring in Macy Lockhart, 5'9" freshman, averaging 5 points a game. They come in for Raven Ennis. Trojanettes with a 5-1 lead, 4:16 to play here in the first quarter. Patterson looking, bounce pass in the corner. It's Sparks, or rather Heimer, back out now to Bailey. Now Bailey, the freshman, will set things up for Warren East. Still on the dribble as Eve Jackson comes to apply a little pressure on her. Backs it out, goes right side with it, gives to Patterson. Patterson trying to make a move on Murphy, lost the handle. As Big Jackson got a hand in there and swatted it away. Jackson's going to take it to the hoop, puts it up and a foul. is on Heimer.
Fouls on Heimer, her first.
First foul of the ball game on the Lady Raiders. And Eve Jackson.
Line for 2 shots.
First of 2. Good. 6-1, Barren County. 3:50 to go in the opening quarter. Second shot for Jackson on the way. It's no good. But an offensive rebound there by Bertram. Swings it back out. Now works it down to Delk. Triple teamed in there. Gives to Jackson. Jackson now back to Bertram. Bertram left the lane. Dishes to Delk. She puts it up and in.
Ball movement. We finally got some real motion and movement. Got Warren East on their heels.
8-1. Lob comes out to Patterson. Patterson drives it down. Had it back tapped from behind by Bertram and out of bounds.
On the defensive end right now, we're really smothering them. They need to set up some offense. They haven't done that. They just tried to blow by us, and we're staying with them.
Ball comes out to Heimer, gives it back to Patterson to the corner, drives to the basket, has it swiped away. She goes to the deck, ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Warren East.
The third shot we've either deflected or blocked.
And Patterson will toss it in. Gets it in the corner to Heimer. She's guarded by Bertram. Now it comes to Bailey. Throws it across the lane. Price puts it up. Blocked in there by Lockhart. Comes out of there with it. Gives to Murphy. Cross-court pass comes to Bertram. Now Bertram trying to make a move on Bailey. Cuts back left. Goes into a crowd. Goes underneath. Puts it up and in. Nice move by Elizabeth Bertram.
How about that? At one point, I think she crossed over and weaved around 4 Lady Raiders to get us our 10th point and a 9-point lead, causing Warren East to jump up and call a quick timeout there.
3:02 to go in the first quarter. Barren County 10, Warren East 1. This first quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Took us about 3 minutes to score, but once we kind of figured it out that they had gone away from the zone, moved into a man, we've gotten some action, some motion, gotten some girls open in the middle of the floor, and when you get in the middle, good things happen. When you make shots, good things also happen as well. So kind of got over that early slump, and I think defense has actually been key to that. Our defense has been really good, and that's what's got to be constant. When shots do not go down, you've got to guard and guard well.
Got to make up for it on defense.
And they have. And Piper's teams have always been known for their great defense. It's easy to say they're playing good defense when they've only given up 1 point, but it has been defensive display early.
Coca-Cola scoreboard. Last night, boys freshmen defeated Adair County 62-36, and the JV won 54-45. Not a whole lot of scores to pass along tonight. Just a handful of games going on. I'd like to keep up with that South Warren Bowling Green game, though. Pressure in the backcourt, and they're going to throw it away. Right at midcourt, and it'll be Trojanettes basketball with 2:58 to play here in the first. Barren County with a 10-1 lead. As the ball comes out to Katie Murphy, she'll give it over to Jackson to the right side. Dish it down halfway to the corner. Bertram curls into the lane, throws up the shot, and she's fouled. And it'll be on Forrester, I believe. And that'll be her first. Number 2 on the Lady Raiders here in the first half. Elizabeth Bertram, ranked the number 1 player in the 4th region. Campbellsville University signee, sinks the free throw for her 3rd point of the game. Shooting at 69% from the foul line on the year. Second shot is going to fall in. A lot of rim, but it goes down. And it's 12-1, Barren County. Heimer throws it off the right side. Bailey driving against Ennis, throws up the shot. It's short. Ball's batted in there to Murphy. She goes to the deck, has it taken away, then she takes it back away. She's trapped, though, needs to have some help there, and there's Jackson there to get it. Jackson into the front court. Jackson making a move left side. Now holds up, gives to Bertram. Bertram trying to drive baseline. Throws it off to Lockhart. 6-footer, no good. And then Ennis got the offensive rebound. Bertram for a 3, no. Long rebound comes off to Heimer for Warren East. Got good looks, they're just not going down. Heimer with it deep on the right side. Throws it across over to Bailey. Bailey into the key. As it's poked away by Murphy there. She'll try to get some offense going. Murphy poked it away again. It comes back to the backcourt.
To be honest with you, I don't know if they've ran one offensive play yet. They just kind of spread it out and try to beat us one-on-one like they're doing here. They're finally getting some cutting action, but again, it's easy to stay in front of and guard.
Right. Here's Bailey. Had it poked away from Murphy and swatted away again and out of bounds.
And it's definitely hard to do stuff when we get the ball pressure we do. You see Murphy right there deflecting it 2 or 3 times.
Kaylee Miller, a 6-foot sophomore, in for Warren East. Also, somebody else came in. I can't see. I believe that was Sparks that returned to the game. And Bailey's limping a little bit out there. I'm not sure if she tweaked an ankle or what. Here's Patterson off the screen right from Sparks. Patterson against Bertram. Swings it back out front to Sparks. Now Sparks against Katie Murphy. Minute 25 to go here in the first quarter. Barren County leading 12-1. Patterson had to chase down the ball. Down low, Miller has a shot partially blocked. She was down low on the block and double teamed.
I think that's 5 shot blocks or deflections on the shot. Nothing going around the rim for Warren East.
Emma Hughes, 5'5" junior, will come in for Katie Murphy. With a minute 16 to play here in the first quarter. Patterson will toss it in for Warren East. Sends it out to Sparks. Sparks will work against Emma Hughes out front. Angles off left, gives it in the corner to Bailey. Down low, here's Miller trying to make a spin move on Ennis. Puts it up, shot over the rim, put back up, and no good for Price. Battle for the rebound, and jump ball, possession arrow to the Lady Raiders. And now Haley Heimer will come in for Bailey, who's limping toward the bench. And Lady Raiders will have the basketball. Patterson will toss it in left of the bucket. Patterson looking, still looking, gets it in the corner. Here's a 3 out of the corner that's short for Heimer. Long rebound comes off to Jackson, gives to Bertram. Oh, threw it too long for Ennis and out of bounds.
They've had a couple good looks at threes. They've had all day. Heimer had all day to line that one up. But nobody for them really shoots the 3 well.
Warren East with the basketball. Kelsey Sparks handles it against Emma Hughes. Left side it goes to Patterson. Patterson heads toward the top of the key. Lost the handle. Scooped up, though, by Price. Gives it back out to Heimer. Right side it goes to Sparks. Now Sparks dumps it down to Patterson. Gives it to Miller. 32 seconds left in the quarter. Around the perimeter, here's Price. She's cut off in there by Lockhart. Can't drive in the lane. Back out to Heimer to set it up with 23 seconds to play. Right side it goes to Sparks. Now Sparks, pressure from Emma Hughes. Fires a 3 in the air. It's off the front iron. Long rebound taken by Hughes. And Sparks blocked out. Now Bertram stops and pops. A 3-pointer bounces off the rim. Rebound to Price. 2 seconds, 1. Desperation throw will fall short. That's the end of the first quarter. After 1, it's Barren County 12 and Warren East 1. We'll be back with the second quarter of action after this break. You're listening to Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back with the second quarter here from Warren East. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer. The Trojanettes 12, the Lady Raiders 1. And the second quarter is brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. And it will be Barren County's basketball as we start the second across the way in midcourt. Ball comes out to Katie Murphy. Warren East looked like a 1-2-2 zone out there. Haley Hughes gives it back to Murphy. Hooks it back to Hughes in the corner. Fires it back cross court to Bertram. Now here's Carly Delk. She can't go. Back out to Bertram. In the corner, Hughes lets it go, and it rimmed up. Rebound taken there by Miller.
They're back zone, and again, we get a good look, but Carly's the only person been able to hit a three.
Sparks with it in the right corner, dumps it down low. Here's Miller, puts it up the shot, and it's good. Got to twist it around there for that one. Miller only averages 2.5 points a game on this season. First bucket in the second quarter for Warren East.
First bucket of the game.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Here's Bertram for a three. Right it down.
Finally, skip pass. He was able to step right into it on her favorite side, the left side.
Peoples Bank three-point shot for Elizabeth Bertram. Price underneath, puts it up and in. They broke the press that time, and 2 back-to-back buckets here for Warren East. 15-5. Trojanettes with the lead. Murphy with the basketball over to Hughes. Down in the corner goes to Delk. Skip pass left side. Bertram lets it go for three again. It's short, but she gets fouled. Got knocked to the floor by Miller. That'll be her first and the team's third. 3 shots for Elizabeth Bertram this trip.
Bertram with the line for 3 shots.
First one on the way, good. She's got 8. 16-5, Trojanettes. Second of 3, no good. She's got one more coming. And Macy Lockhart checking in back into the Trojanet lineup. And Bertram back of the line for one more. It's on the way. She got it. 9 points for Elizabeth Bertram, 17-5, Trojanettes. And Haley Heimer brings it up for Warren East. Heimer around the dribble against Murphy. Sends it left side to Patterson. Dumps it down to Miller. Working in there against Delk. Puts it up. Came up short. Lockhart claims the rebound. Gives it off to Bertram. Crossover dribble by Bertram. Driving strong to the bucket. Puts it up. It's too strong off the glass. Out to Murphy for a 3. No good. Long rebound. Chased down to the corner. And it is a long pass down the floor. Wide open. Price. One dribble. Lets the defense go by. She missed the shot. Battle for the rebound. Tapped around. Patterson trying to work it back up. No good. And taken now underneath. It is Heimer putting it up and in. It draws a foul. Katie Murphy picks up her first personal, number 3 on the Trojanettes.
Heimer at the line for 1 shot.
According to the stat sheet, Heimer only shoots 29% from the foul line. Price checking out, and Forrester back in the lineup for Coach Jenny Jones-Neville. And Heimer puts it in the air, and she drained it. Percentage will go up on that free throw by itself. 17-8. Barren County led 12-1 at the end of the first quarter. And Warren East has outscored the Trojanettes here in the second quarter so far. Ennis left side over to Bertram. Got Patterson out guarding her now. Now Bertram brings it back out front. Looking for Lockhart. Can't find her. Now Murphy sends it to Delk, top of the circle. Back over the right it goes to Lockhart. Now Lockhart putting down the dribble in there. Hands it back off to Bertram. Loose ball. It's got knocked away. Patterson down to the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow to Warren East. Going to get Eve Jackson back in the Trojanet lineup.
Returning for Barren County.
And she'll come in for Katie Murphy. Now Barren County picking up some pressure here. Patterson looking. Still looking. Finally has to force it in there to Heimer. Lobs it up court to Sparks. And it's broken up in there and stolen by Bertram as they try to pass it off to Heimer. Bertram weaving through traffic, had it knocked loose, but over to Lockhart. Lockhart back out to Bertram. Now Bertram trying to head into the paint. Scoops up the shot. Too strong against the window. Falling away. Patterson's got it for Warren East. Angles off right side with a bounce pass, and Heimer from 17. Good.
little bit of a run. They finally found the bucket, and once they have, it's given them some confidence to cut it to just a 7-point game.
Trojanettes been outscored 9-5 here in the second period. 17-10, Trojanettes. Here's Ennis. Well, reached in on her, and no whistle. And here comes Heimer with the basketball. Driving to the basket, puts it up. It's good. Heimer with all 7 points here in the second quarter. We've only played about a little over 3 minutes of the second quarter, and Warren East back within 5. It's 17-12 as we take a People's Bank and Glasgow timeout.
I don't know if we've had this specific crew this year, but I know we've had all 3 of these officials. And just historically, they're not going to be officials that call a whole lot of fouls. So you kind of have to get a little bit tougher, especially in traffic, as we had the ball taken away from us right there, and it led directly to a bucket. So a little bit of a test here for the Trojanettes to see how they respond after what looked like it was going to be a comfortable victory, up 11 and only giving up, no field goals in the first quarter. You've all of a sudden given up, 5 field goals in less than 3 minutes?
Yes.
Or just a little over 3 minutes, sorry.
Eve Jackson will inbound to Katie Murphy. Warren East 2-3 zone. And the ball gets away, but Jackson there to get it. Dumps it in there to Murphy. Murphy goes to the basket, puts it up. It is good. They called a foul.
She had a wide open layup, but they say she had a wide open layup because Carly cleared out with an illegal screen.
Didn't see that one. Second foul on Carly Delk. 4 on the Trojanettes. And here's Heimer with the basketball. Lobs it down low there to Miller. And a whistle and a traveling violation on Miller.
I think Piper knows that Carly has 2, but she's going to let her play through it here.
Liberty Rice on the court right now for Coach Piper Lindsay, 5'5" junior. Right side it goes to Lockhart. Lockhart looking for Rice, feeds it, puts it up, it's blocked from behind, and a foul call on Warren East.
Good back cut, found an opening and a nice delivery to get her in position to score and got pushed in the back.
Foul on Heimer, that's her second. And number 4 on Warren East in the first half. 2 shots for Liberty Rice. First one is on the way, no good. Barren County 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here in the first half. Raven Ennis comes back in the Trojanet lineup for Carly Delk, who have to sit out with those 2 fouls. Liberty Rice back at the charity stripe. This shot goes up and it's no good. Rebound comes off to Heimer for Warren East. Heimer will work against Liberty Rice. Sends it right side over to Sparks. And now Sparks trying to work against Murphy. Back out front. Now Bailey is back on the court, who tweaked her ankle a little bit earlier in the game. Driving strong against Lockhart. Sets back and shoots an 18-footer that's off the mark. Rebound tapped around, and Bailey comes up with it, falls to the floor, trying to throw up the shot, taken away from her. Lockhart's got it.
Tried to throw it up on one knee and didn't get too far.
Lockhart hooks it in the corner. Rice fakes, drives, throws it back out to Jackson for the 3 ball. It bounces off. And offensive rebound to Lockhart. Murphy will try for 3. No. And that ball's going to go out of bounds. Warren East ball at 3:15 left to go in the half.
Hopefully we'll see at least a shot chart at halftime, but we're relying again too much on the 3, I think. I know it's easy to kick out and it's easy to find and it's always there, but when it's not falling, find something else.
Here's a steal. Off the turnover, Bertram's got it. Bertram trying to drive, bounce pass across the lane, broken up, stolen by Bailey. Warren East has got it going the other way. Bailey driving strong, goes inside with a runner, good. I don't think that ankle's bothering her much right now.
No.
And Barren County has let Warren East get him back in this game. It's a 3-point ball game. Jackson to the right side. Works it in the lane, out to Lockhart, fakes, drives, goes in for the shot, and they're going to call a blocking foul. Wasn't sure what they were going to call there for a moment. And Forrester picks up her second foul. That's number 5 on the Lady Raiders, and give Lockhart the bucket. Their first 2 points tonight, 19-14, Barren. And Lockhart puts it in the air. Good. Nice three-point play the old-fashioned way for the freshman, Macy Lockhart. Barren County up by 6 now, 20-14. Ball comes into Bailey. Bailey threw it away. Patterson wasn't over there. Threw it right into the Warren East bench.
Number 32, Jordan Fulkerson.
Jordan Fulkerson, 6'1", senior, in for Warren East. 4 seniors on this Warren East ball club. Heimer, Sparks, Price, and Fulkerson. Here's Ennis, free throw line. Throws up the shot, no, off to the left side. Rebound to Warren East. Fulkerson, long pass down the floor, going to be thrown away, out of bounds. On the Warren East end of the court, so Barren County will have the ball with 2:28 to go. Here in the first half, leading by just 6.
You see, if we score, we get Warren East out of the rhythm, get them in that press. It makes it a little bit more difficult for them to go down in their half court and be successful. So we need a couple more buckets, get the press going, stretch the lead out, be a much more comfortable halftime.
Bertram going to have to do something with it. 5-second count, waited too long.
Didn't have a whole lot of help coming, did she?
No.
She just kind of stood there and stood there. I think she knew she was under distress, but didn't get rid of it.
2:10 left to go in the first half. Barren County 20, Warren East 14. Sparks against Bertram on the near side. Bounce pass in the corner to Patterson. Now Patterson bounces it out to Price. Price works it down right side of the lane. 12-footer, way off the mark. Didn't draw iron. Bertram with a basketball. Down to minute 50 to go in the half. Bertram driving strong left side, and she goes down, and a foul is going to be called.
Felt kind of awkwardly. Glad she got up as quick as she did.
Price commits her first personal, number 6 on the Lady Raiders. And Elizabeth Bertram at the line. 2 shots. She's 4 of 5 tonight. Free throw, good. 21-14, Barren County. It's 10 points for the senior. Second shot of the way, good again. 22-14. And almost a turnover to backcourt. Sparks. And Bailey's had it smacked out of her hands by Jackson and out of bounds.
Warren East kind of looked a little awkwardly at the official wanting a foul. Well, he had a bad angle to see what we saw. It probably was, but he couldn't call it from behind.
Yeah. Sparks will work it up. Gets away from Lockhart. Drives it down the right side. Stops and pops over Jackson. It's no good. Patterson with the offensive board. Back up and a foul on Lockhart.
He got beat off the dribble and nobody switched around and helped, and that put us in a bad position, scrambling in that possession defensively.
Actually, it's on Jackson. That's number 2 on her. 5 on the Trojanettes here in the first half. Patterson at the line. The shot goes up. It's good.
2 of our 5 starters with 2 fouls here.
Emma Hughes will come in for Eve Jackson, who sits on the bench with Carly Delk, who also has 2. Patterson missed her first 2 free throws. She's hit that one, and the second one on the way. Got that one. 22-16. Minute 28 to play in the first half. Here's Lockhart going into traffic. Offensive foul.
Went into traffic and they squared their body up. That's 100% charge in this with this crew. And that was the right call. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying there's not even a 75-25% chance you're getting that block call.
First foul on Macy Lockhart. That's 6 on the Trojanettes. Both teams with 6 fouls here in the half. They break the press easily. They go underneath. Miller lost it out of bounds, or Fulkerson, that is. And Barren County will have the basketball with a minute 18 to play.
They did make that press break look awful easy, but did everything but make a bucket out of it.
Katie Murphy sends it off to Raven Ennis. And now Ennis covered up there. Whistle. Traveling violation on Ennis. Patterson had the pressure on her.
They're giving us a little of our own medicine, making us pick the ball up about 30 feet from the bucket. It's hard to distribute and deliver and make assists from that far out on the floor.
Down to a minute to play here in the first half. And it's Patterson out front with it against Lockhart. Cuts back left, goes in the lane, puts it up too strong against the window. Lockhart with a rebound off to Bertram. And now Bertram behind the back dribble. Angles off right, cuts back left. Now top of the key. Finds Ennis down low. Shot blocked from Patterson and out of bounds.
We're trying to isolate her in the post. Just didn't get it a good angle to score.
42.2 seconds to play. Murphy right of the bucket. Finds Bertram going cutting to the basket. She puts it in.
Maybe the easiest bucket we've had all night.
Give that Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Harris assist to Katie Murphy. But Jamie Harris of Edward Jones assists you today with your financial planning. All swatted away out of bounds off the Trojanettes. 24-16, Barren County. 31.7 to play before halftime. Patterson deep in the right corner to toss it in. Has to lob it out there. Bad pass, and Murphy goes down. Gets tripped up by Bailey. And that'll put the Trojanettes in the bonus with 29.7 to play here in the second quarter.
Bailey, her first, team 7.
Katie Murphy, 5'5", 8th grader.
Shooting 1 and the bonus.
Barren County's largest lead was 11 there at the end of the first quarter. Shot's good for Murphy. She'll get the bonus. Now what do we got?
Well, she threw the ball. The official threw the ball to Katie, and Piper was communicating she didn't want Raven in the lane, so she walked out without paying attention that Katie had already got the ball. So, long story short, lane violation.
Yep. Patterson throws it up to Sparks. Finds Price down low, shoots over Ennis, and puts it in.
Basket by Price.
25-18, long pass down the floor. Bertram got it with a crossover move. Now lost it out of bounds.
Returning for Warren East, number 24, Kaylee Miller.
Kaylee Miller in the ball game. 6-foot sophomore.
Turning the ball over uncharacteristically more than we normally do.
Also returning number 25, Caroline Forrester.
Price checking out for Warren East. Forrester is back in with 13.8 seconds to play. Warren East basketball. Ball swatted away out of bounds underneath the Barren County bucket by Katie Murphy.
Returning for the
And now Heimer, who's playing with those 2 fouls. Forster's also has, she also has 2 fouls.
Guess they're gambling here on the offensive end if they don't pick up the third.
12.9 to go in the first half. Comes into Heimer. Heimer, as Bertram tried to back tap it there, and here's Sparks. She double dribbled with 5.9. Trojanettes still got a chance at it here to extend the lead.
She's going to leave her girls in there with foul trouble, I guess. Not thinking there to get them out real quick.
Ennis gets it into Bertram. 5 seconds. 4. Bertram driving, strong the bucket, falling away. Shot no good. And that's the end of the first half. Barren County 25, Warren East 18 here at the break. As the Trojanettes were outscored in the second quarter, 17-13. We'll come back with a halftime report brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill as you're following Barren County High basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back at Warren East High School here in Bowling Green, Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, Todd Belcher on controls in the Nash Icon Studios this evening. We're at halftime of the Trojanettes 25, Warren East 18. This is the halftime report brought to you by Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. Colton's thanks you for your business. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. We know what's at stake. First half, Warren East, 7 field goals. All those were made in the second quarter. And they hit 4 of 7 free throws. 7 points for Haley Heimer. She scored all 7 points in the second quarter. 3 baskets and a free throw. 5 points for Olivia Price. Couple of baskets and 1 of 2 from the foul line. 2 of 4 free throws for Lucy Patterson. 2 points for Tanea Bailey and 2 for Kaylee Miller. Of course, Patterson had been averaging almost 18 points a game, held to 2 here in the first half on a couple of free throws. For the Trojanettes, same number of field goals, 7, but 2 of those were 3-point shots. Barren County 9 of 14 from the foul line. 13 for Elizabeth Bertram in the first half. 3 baskets, 1 of those a 3-point shot. She was 6 of 7 from the foul line. Carly Delk with 5 points. Went out early in the first half with foul trouble. Hit a 3 and a 2 for her 5. 3 points for Macy Lockhart in an old-fashioned 3-point play. 1 point for Katie Murphy. 2 points for Raven Ennis. Eve Jackson scored 1. Emma Hughes and Liberty Rice saw action but did not score in the first half. And I'm not sure about the scoring percentage or the shooting percentages, Robert, but you'd have to think the Trojanettes have not shot the ball well tonight.
I was going to try to get a hold of those, but haven't been able to do that yet. What I would say, I'd say no better than probably 30-35% if I was going to be a guessing person on that. But overall, what's happened in that second quarter that didn't happen in the first? Warren East has been able to break our press real easy. I mentioned earlier that it's the same press that we run in practice, so we should be able to beat it. But conversely, guess what? Warren East runs the same thing in practice, and they should be able to beat it easily. And they actually started figuring it out and got some buckets on the other side of that. So because they beat it easily, they haven't turned it over. We have no transition points where we usually like to get a whole lot of points. So when you couple that with we're not shooting it well, we have no transition points, and we're actually turning it over ourselves. All of a sudden, what looked like a blowout is become much more of a competitive game. I wouldn't be happy with the defensive rebounding either. They've got a ton of second chance looks. They don't have a ton of second chance points, but we're not really securing that. So I don't know if it's a week off. It's just this point of the season where you're in a little bit of a lull. But whatever it is, we need to straighten some things out to be a successful basketball team moving forward, because as you said, the competition is okay tonight, but it gets better as you go down the stretch, and pretty soon you'll see your district opponents again, Allen County and Glasgow, and those are much more important games than stuff. So we have time to correct it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of time to do that here in the second half as well.
Of course, after this week, we're halfway through the regular season.
My Lord, we thought the football season goes fast. We say that every year, but the school year in general goes faster. And you should listen to old people like you, Jay, say that the years.
Are you saying I'm old? Okay.
I'm just, but say the years pass faster. Well, the years definitely pass faster as you get older. I mean, it feels like we just had opening day, and it's we're getting close to middle of January here, right back in the thick of things in the second semester. So things pass quickly, seasons pass quickly, and we've amassed a decent record, 11-4. But that 11-4 looks a lot better, maybe so much than Warren East, who only has 3 losses, because of the competition we played compared to the competition they have. So.
Yeah, and we didn't mention the other 2 losses Warren East had, and that was to Campbellsville by 10, and they lost to Thomas Nelson by 13. Other than the South Warren game, which was really competitive, only losing to 4, that kind of makes you think Warren East, I wouldn't count them out as far as the district tournament goes.
Warren East top 5 in the region.
South Warren is number 4, so there's not a whole lot of difference between the 2. rating-wise.
From what I've seen and what you've seen, I think you would agree. I think Bowling Green, Barren, Glasgow, and South Warren are definitely the top of the region.
That's right.
There's probably a mixed bag, probably 5 through, 8 or 9 in there that you could toss in, and anybody falls within that range.
Got a 2 or 3 tiers there, Yes. The top tier, Bowling Green, Barren, Glasgow, South Warren.
Yeah, so when you go out of your tier, you better do what you have to win.
Yep.
And we've got 16 minutes, and I promise you, here's what happens. Warren East is a good basketball team. They come from a good softball pedigree. Every one of these girls almost plays softball who've been in multiple state championship situations, so they know how to win. They know how to fight. They're very good on the diamond, and they're going to try to carry that over here to the basketball floor in the next 16 minutes against a top region team.
Right. Always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. We'll be back with the second half. This is Barren County High basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back with the second half, third quarter, brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer here at Warren East. Delk lobs it down to Ennis. She puts it up, shot it too hard. Coming out there with it is Sparks, gives to Patterson. 25-18, Trojanettes by 7. Patterson, right side, and ball going to go off Murphy and out of bounds. Trying to pass it down low there to Forrester.
I was right on the money, 35%. We were 7 of 24, 35%. But the biggest glaring stat, 12 turnovers. I knew we turned it over a ton, but 12 of them isn't going to get it done.
Way too many. Price trying to feed it to Patterson, had it swatted away out of bounds by Murphy. She stepped in front of her.
We do have a ton of deflections, but we haven't been able to make those deflections full-fledged turnovers.
Price left baseline to toss it in. Comes out front to Heimer. Heimer will set it up against Bertram out front. Oh, she carried it. The referee right there in front of it.
Put it on her hip.
Yep. Goes right side with it, bounces it out to Patterson. Patterson driving, blocked in there. And then it's stolen away from behind. We throw it away. Patterson to the right side, feeds it to Forrester. Had it smacked out of her hands, a foul. Katie Murphy, that's her second personal.
Her second, team
first of the second half. Forrester at the line. 48% from the line. Puts up the first one, no good. She's not scored. She averages 9.5 points a game on the season and 9 rebounds. And Warren East, a team that averages just over 56 points a game. They give up 44. Second shot's good for Forrester. 25-19. Warren East pulls to within 6. Bertram throws it up off the window and in.
Very unconventional.
Falling away.
Unconventional press break. She just took it herself against the diamond press. Isn't the way to get it done, but it is when you get a bucket.
15 now for Bertram. 27-19. Barren. Here's a long three. No good for Sparks. Rebound to Ennis. See if the Trojanettes can pull this lead out some more. Ennis drives in, crashes in. That's going to be an offensive foul.
They've taken 2 of them.
That'll be Ennis's first personal. Second one on the Trojanettes. Heimer was standing there waiting for her. 27-19. Patterson trying to get the ball in bounds, and we're going to get another foul. They try to go to Heimer with it, and got sandwiched between 2 players. Going to be on Elizabeth Bertram. Her first, team's third.
To be honest, Elizabeth jumped up. I think she called it first and got the foul in that loose ball situation.
So Price will throw it in front of the Barren County bench. Sparks in the backcourt. Bounces it off there to Heimer. Sends it left side to Patterson. Patterson works around Jackson and lays it in.
Very right hand dominated, but she kind of twisted her body with the right hand to make it on the left side.
Bertram on the left wing. Fires it down to Ennis. Shot blocked in there by Forrester. Delk's got it. Bounces it out in the corner to Murphy. And now here's Jackson with it. Dribbles across the key and brings it back out front. Looking for Bertram, cutting into the lane, going under, puts it up and in.
Set up to take the charge. She recognized it just in time to put it on the floor and go around.
17 now for Bertram. 29-21, 8-point lead in a trap. Sparks threw it away. Bertram's got it. Patterson fell down. Shot goes up and in. A foul. And Ennis gets the bucket. Patterson went down hard on her right hip. We'll call the foul on Heimer. That's 3 on Heimer. First one on the Lady Raiders in the second half. Raven Ennis got the bucket. She'll go the line for 1.
Heimer, I think.
Patterson trying to shake it off out there. Free throw in the air. Bounces high off the rim. Pulled down by Forrester. Gets with the basketball to Sparks. 10-point Trojanette lead. Trying to match their longest one. It was 11 at the end of the first quarter, 12-1. And Heimer goes down in low there. Here's Forrester putting it up. No. Rebound Eve Jackson for the Trojanettes. Jackson works it into the front court. Top of the key. Lobs it down to Delk against Patterson. Had it swatted away from her.
All ball.
Yep. Sparks with it in the backcourt. Getting chased by Ennis. Throws it down to Heimer. Feeds it down low. In there to Price. A fall-away shot, no good. And with a rebound, it was Bertram and Patterson fighting for it. Jump ball possession arrow to Warren East.
Returning for Warren East.
Bailey coming back in for Warren East here in the second half. She'll replace Sparks.
Some of our girls have played pretty much the whole game, going back and forth, back and forth. We haven't played 3 minutes, and they already look tired here in the second half.
Patterson has to throw it out front to Bailey. Bailey out between the circles now. Goes right off the screen, dumps it back off to Heimer. Now Heimer will bring it out to balance the floor. 5:15 to play in the third quarter. Barren up 31-21. Bailey out of the right side. Murphy on her. Sends it out to Price. Swings it left side to Heimer. Cut off in there by Bertram. Back out now it comes to Bailey. Sends it right over to Forrester. Forrester looking inside. Patterson comes back out to get the pass. Fakes one way, drives the other. Goes under. Shot blocked from behind, but Jackson and out of bounds. Warren East will keep it underneath their hoop to the right. Then it's Patterson to toss it in. Gets it into Forrester. A little pump fake. Puts it up. No good. And rebound underneath the basket. And Murphy threw it off Patterson and out of bounds. Had nowhere to go with it. So Trojanettes will get the ball. 4:46 to play here in the third with a 10-point lead. Murphy throws it long down to Jackson. Fakes. Drives in. Goes up with a shot. No good. Rebound in there by Bailey.
Great move. It just didn't go down.
Got Bailey being chased. Throws in the middle to Patterson. Patterson breaks it to the left side. A 3 by Heimer. Got it.
They finally got a three. That's their first three. They shoot threes at only 20%. So, defensively, our philosophy should have been let them shoot that three, and you're okay giving up one every now and then.
I mean, they only hit 29 on the season, so at 20.3%. 31-24. Macy Lockhart on the court for the Trojanettes now. Now Murphy trying to drive, goes strong, and a foul, and it's on Heimer, and that's her fourth.
Foul is on Heimer, her fourth.
Heimer signed to play softball with Lindsey Wilson. A lot of those girls that play here are going to go play some type of collegiate sport, especially softball.
Bertram to toss it in. Looks for Murphy. She's got it. Here's Jackson with it. Trying to get away from Bailey. Now Bertram on the left wing. Trying to drive against the defender, Price. Backs it out to the corner. Now goes back up baseline. Goes across the lane. Circles out to the right wing and lets it fly for three. And it's no good. Rebound to Forrester for Warren East. Pass down the right corner. Patterson goes baseline. In a lot of traffic. Puts it up and in.
Just beat us
sliced her way through.
Beat us like we had our feet in concrete there.
Underneath, there's Delk putting it up and in. Got behind the defense, and Carly Delk gets her 7th point of the game. First two since the first quarter. Bailey losing the handle on it. It goes out of bounds. Well, they're going to say last touch for the Trojanettes.
Thought you just threw it out of bounds herself.
Yep. 33-26, Barren County, 3:35 to go, third quarter.
Been very few teams that have been able to run with this, but Warren East is not doing it unsuccessfully.
They'll get a foul inside the lane as they brought Miller back in the game. And it'll be on Eve Jackson. That's her third. First Trojanette to pick up 3. And the 4th team foul on Barren County here in the second half. Kaylee Miller at the line, 6-foot sophomore for 2 shots. First one is on the way, and it is no good. Missed everything. Emma Hughes back in the Trojan lineup for Eve Jackson's going to sit down with those 3 fouls.
Even though we're running, I just don't feel like this game has any flow whatsoever for the Trojanettes. Just they haven't been able to get in a groove at all.
No. Second shot missed. Lockhart with a rebound, gets rid of it to Murphy. Murphy taking it down the right side of the right elbow, gives to Hughes, fakes a shot, goes into the lane, bounce pass, broken up, kicked, trying to go underneath to Delk. And Trojanettes will have the ball right baseline, and it'll be Murphy to toss it in. 3:24 to go in the third. 33-26 Trojanettes. Murphy still looking. Gets it in and out to Bertram for 3. In and out. Rebound to Miller. And it's almost knocked away, but Patterson's got it. Behind the back dribble, works it up against Bertram. Now Patterson will set things up. Sends it right side over to Sparks at long range. Sparks back out front. Patterson dribble right. Going strong to the bucket against Bertram. No good. Miller with the offensive board. Out to Bailey for 3. Got it.
Just reached right over top of us. That's what would be a textbook over the back foul, but reached over top of us. Got it and kicked it out for another 3. Now 2 that have seriously cut into our lead.
Yeah, 4-point lead now for Barren County. Hughes has got it. Circles is out. And it's taken away. Bailey's got it and trying to feed it to Lockhart. Bailey driving to the bucket, puts it up, no good. Gets her own rebound, back up and in. And Coach Piper Lindsay wants a timeout. The lead has shrunk to 2.
Piper called the timeout at the same time Warren East called the timeout, but they'll give it to Piper.
So a full timeout by the Trojanettes with 2:25 to go. Barren County only a 2-point lead, 33-31. Timeout brought to you by the People's Bank in Glasgow. The People's Bank in Glasgow, your local community bank working for you.
You look at the scoring in this half.
13-8 in favor of Warren East.
They've been able to knock down 2 threes. Bailey has 0. She was 0 out of 17 for the season before she hit that one a while ago. So they are making shots that are a little uncharacteristically. And what did I tell you at the halftime break? The pedigree of this group of girls doesn't come from their basketball experience. It comes more so for most of them from their softball, and that's a winning pedigree. They know how to win. They know how to respond in these type of situations. So that's definitely carried over and helped them to get to a 9-3 record, but it's also helping them here in the third quarter with this little comeback effort they're making.
Barren County's basketball, Warren East with full court pressure. Ball comes into Lockhart. She'll give it to Ennis. Ennis across the timeline, down the middle of the lane, goes under and gets fouled as she tried to go up. Offensive foul.
When he whistled it, when he sent it down to underneath the goal and let that official make the call, it was another situation where it was going to be a charge.
2 on Raven Ennis and 5 on the Trojanettes now in the second half. And now Barren County picking up with some pressure in the backcourt. This ball comes into play to Bailey. Jump pass goes to Sparks. Sparks lobs it down to Price. She puts it up, no good. Gets her on rebound, trying to go back up. Got a late whistle, and going to have a foul on Barren County. And it's on 23. That's Emma Hughes. Her first, team sixth. So now we got Olivia Price at the line for Warren East. 1 of 2 at the stripe. 70% foul shooter. Puts it up and in. 33-32.
Number 30, Liberty Rice.
Liberty Rice comes in for Emma Hughes.
I think Piper's a little conflicted right now about staying in the press. The press isn't getting us very many turnovers, and it's making this a full court game, which right now, to be honest with you, Warren East is winning.
And now the game is tied. 33 all. 2:05 to go in the third quarter. Anna stops and gives to Bertram. Trying to make a move on Price. In the lane. Slices her way between 2 players, and a foul charge to 30, and that is Price, her second, team's third of the second half. And Elizabeth Bertram at the line, where she's 6 of 7 tonight, all of the first half. 17 points in the basketball game. First free throw is good. Carly Dell coming back in for Barren County for Katie Murphy. 34-33, and Bertram's second shot's good. 19 for Elizabeth Bertram. 35-33. 2-point lead for Trojanettes. And Sparks was trapped but got rid of the basketball to Patterson. She'll throw it left side over to Bailey. Bailey takes it down the corner, falls down with it, gets into a trap, and they call a timeout.
Timeout, Warren East, a 30-second timeout.
Minute 48 to go in the third quarter. Barren County hanging on to a 2-point lead, 35-33. With the People's Bank timeout. Stay tuned. The Trojans and Raiders coming up in game 2 of our doubleheader. Barren County Trojanettes will play Warren Central on Saturday night in the makeup game. The boys will not play. That'll be a JV varsity doubleheader on Saturday night. JV game starts at 5. Varsity game to follow. We'll have, of course, the varsity game on the air between the Trojanettes and the Lady Dragons. Saturday night, back home for a change. I forgot to mention that because I thought Allen County Scottsville was going to be the next home game, but we've made up the Warren Central game. So finally a chance for the Trojanettes to be back home.
Be nice not to have to make a road trip, and it'll be nice for the girls to go get dressed in their own locker room too. It just makes a huge difference about your attitude and atmosphere. You know, we've had a great crowd and student section all year.
And Sparks dribbles off the screen from Patterson. She's covered up. Patterson's got it back at a bounce pass against Lockhart. Now they dump it down in there to Miller. Turnaround shot in the lane, no good. Battle for the rebound. Tap back to Miller. She puts it up. It's no good. Patterson puts it back up. No, and a foul.
We've got to find some way to get motivated. If you just look out there in that offensive rebound situation that Warren East had, our girls were just standing watching, hoping the ball would fall to them instead of being aggressive going to get it. So right now, it's just not a whole lot of get up and go about the Trojanettes.
Patterson takes the first of 2. It's 35-34.
In a way, it's like they still think it's the first quarter where they're up 12-1 and haven't realized that it's a chance to be a tie game here.
And they missed off the front of the rim, and Rice jumped in there for the rebound. Takes it down the right side, heads to the basket, puts it up. It is no good. And we're going to get a foul called on Warren East. It's on Forrester. That's number 3 on her. Team's 4th. And 2 shots for Liberty Rice. Missed a pair back in the second quarter, and that one's going to drop in after hit the back of the iron. 36-34, Trojanettes. Taylor Harlow, 5'9" freshman, seen her first appearance tonight. Comes in for Carly Delk. And Rice too strong on that one. Bertram with a rebound. Back up, falling away, no. And Forrester with a rebound. And ball swatted away out of bounds by Bertram. 1:10 to play in the third. It's a 2-point ball game. Barren County 36, Warren East 34. Warren East has not led in this game. Here's Patterson, or rather Bailey, putting it up no good. Came over the back of Rice. So Bailey, her second, team's 5th. Nice box out there by Liberty Rice. Barren County down under a minute to play, leading 36-34. Bertram into the front court. Bertram down the left side of the lane, a bump foul, and it's going to be on Price.
Probably called that one before the shot.
That's 3 on Olivia Price. So now Heimer with 4, Forrester with 3, Price with 3. The 6th-team foul on Warren East in the second half. Ennis throws it out to Bertram, fakes, drives into the paint, slices her way between 2 defenders, missed the shot. Harlow couldn't get the rebound. Ennis tried to save it in the corner, and it's going to go to Warren East.
The one defensive adjustment that they've made is they put a chaser on Elizabeth. Everybody else is playing straight man, but they're face guarding her with Price, and it's kind of affected her.
Yep. And here's Sparks weaving through traffic, pulls up and shoots a 10-footer that's no good. Rebound put back up, no good. Ball hit the floor, and there's Rice racing out of there with it for the Trojanettes. She'll hold up, gives it off to Bertram. She'll go under and put it in.
Good decision there. Elizabeth had a full head of steam to the left side.
38-34. Patterson, as they break the pressure down the lane, flips up the shot, and it's going to roll in.
That was tough. Falling away on the left side, flipped it back with the right.
And Bertram now trying to get a handle of the basketball. And now Lockhart scoops it up off the floor, stops and shoots a 10-footer, and she's fouled by Forrester. That's going to be 4 on Forrester. Second Warren East Lady Raider to pick up 4. 17 foul on the Lady Raiders. Macy Lockhart at the line for 2 shots. First one is on the way. No good. Forrester checking out for Warren East is replaced by Kaylee Miller. 38-36 Barren County. 6 seconds to play in the third quarter. And Lockhart puts it in the air, swish. 39-36. 6 seconds to play, third quarter. Patterson racing up court with it. Lockhart trying to track her down, lays it up and in.
That was the same offensive foul they called on Carly, but still, got a bucket for him.
And that will do it for the third quarter. Barren County 39, Warren East 38, as the Trojanettes were outscored 20-14 in the third period. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter after this break, as you're listening to Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back here at Warren East High School here in Bowling Green, the Trojanettes 39, Warren East 38 as we start the fourth quarter. Presented by South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. You look at scoring, Warren East, Lucy Patterson scored 9 of her 11 points in that third quarter. But the Trojanettes are not getting any scoring production from Raven Ennis, Carly Delk, or Eve Jackson. They combined for just 9 points between the three. Here's Murphy, handed off to Ennis, and then she walked.
At 12 turnovers at halftime, I'd say that's pushing 16 or 17 now.
Just not focused tonight for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
It's focused. It's not motivated. I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but it looks like all those words we're describing anyway. You would think motivation enough not to get beat, but just up one.
Yep, here's Patterson driving strong to the bucket, has it swatted away out of bounds. Patterson with 11 points, again 9 in the third quarter. And she'll toss it in right side of the bucket. Gets it in there to Miller, turns and fires in the lane. It's no good. Rebound claimed in there by Eve Jackson. Now Jackson trying to bring it up court. Pass is deflected, swatted away, and Rice lets it go out of bounds. Last touch by Sparks.
Just
sloppy.
That pass sums it up. It's sloppy. It's just kind of a long, loopy pass.
Trying to force it down to Delk. Knocked out of bounds by Miller.
We make a bullet pass when we should make a loopy pass. We make a loopy pass when we should make a bullet pass. So it's like everything's just discombobulated.
7:26 to go in a 1-point ball game for the Trojanettes, 39-38. Murphy throws it up to Bertram. Hooks it back over to Rice. Now here's Jackson with it. Bounce pass back to Rice. Pass trying to throw it over the top. Got it batted back to her. Throws up the shot. Too strong against the window.
They went zone that one possession, and we didn't adjust to it well.
And now a chance here for Warren East to take their first lead of the basketball game with about a minute gone here in the fourth quarter. They dump it down, and they got a traveling violation on Miller. One minute gone here in the fourth. Barren County 39, Warren East 38. Murphy in the corner. Jackson won't shoot the three. Sparks comes out to defender. Now needs some help. Had Delk posted up in there, and then Murphy going to be called for a traveling violation.
Another thing we're doing, I hate to just keep, I feel like I'm being negative more so than normal, but we pick the ball up with no reason to pick it up. And when we pick it up, they really get on top of us, and then we're in trouble.
Yep. Here's Bailey weaving through traffic, takes it in the lane, sends it off in the right corner. Price fires and hits. And Warren East leads it 40-39. Rice and a foul. And it'll be on number 10. That's Patterson. First foul. Number 8. And the Trojanettes need to take advantage of these free throw opportunities. Rice is only 1 of 4 at the stripe. Free throw is up. No good. And Bertram saves it from going out of bounds underneath the baskets. Murphy gives it in there to Rice and throws it out to Delk. Looks for Bertram. She's got it to the right side. Heads into the lane. Goes underneath. Throws up the shot. He rolled off the rim. Ball batted out. And here is on the open court. Bailey driving. Puts it up. It is good.
Basket by Bailey.
Bertram with the basketball. Steps back. 17-footer. No. Rebound. Delk puts it back up. No good. Again back up. No. And a foul. Delk hit the floor pretty hard on that one.
These rims are not very friendly, and we have not gotten a con bounce tonight, except for maybe that egg that laid up there by Carly on her three.
Foul is on Miller, her second, team's 9th.
Foul is on Miller, her second.
You look at their scoring as we shoot this free throw, but you've got Bailey and Price having career games. When you look at it, they don't normally average. Price does, but Bailey only averages what? Well, she averages 8 points a game. I was looking at the wrong line, but still, they have been really good because they've spread their scoring out. Patterson took over in the third, but everybody else is really contributing for them.
Delk puts it up, no good.
Returning for the Trojans.
Barren County has only hit 4 out of 9 free throws here in the second half. And Delk for the second shot on the way. No good again. Ball slapped out and Patterson grabs it. Cuts back left, goes into traffic. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Delk. Throws it up to Bertram. Bertram, left side, drives, goes to the deck hard. And going to have a foul here on the Lady Raiders. It'll be on number 30. That's Olivia Price. That's her 4th. So now 3 starters for Warren East have 4 fouls. But despite the fact they're up by 3 points, 42-39, but Bertram sinks the free throw to cut it within 2 at 42-40 with 5:49 to play.
It's a good foul for us because she's been really good defensively.
Second shot's good. 42-41. Pressure in the backcourt. Bailey's got it, heads up court with it. Murphy trying to stay with her. Now takes in the corner and swatted away by Murphy and out of bounds. Elizabeth Bertram with 23 of Barren County's 41 points. 5:42 remaining. Comes out to Sparks. Now Sparks against Bertram. And she pushed off, no whistle. And Sparks throws it out to Bailey. Top of the key, 3. No good. Rebound to Delk. Outlet pass to Bertram on the left side. Behind the back dribble. Heads to the basket. Flips it up. She's fouled. And if it's on Price, that's 5.
That's it.
So she will be. No, they put it on 20.
20.
Her 3rd. Bertram at the line for 2 shots.
Well, that's 3 on Bailey.
Yeah. I was with you. I thought Price would have been
Returning for the
disqualified.
She was in the neighborhood anyway.
Yeah.
number 12, Haley Hyman.
Bertram hits the free throw to tie the game at 42. 5:23 left. Bertram back of the line. The shot goes up. It rattles in. She's been pretty effective at the foul line tonight. Warren East having trouble. Finally gets into Bailey. Throws it across to Heimer, who's back in the court now, being chased. Loose ball, reaching in there as Lockhart ties it up. But it'll be Warren East basketball in the alternating possession. Elizabeth Bertram, 12 of 13 at the foul line tonight. Barren County back on top by 1, 43-42 with 5:15 to play. Patterson gets it across. She's in a trap. Ooh, got rid of it. Oh, she walked. Bailey walked with it before she turned into Bertram. The Barren County's basketball, 5:09 left to go here in the fourth quarter. This fourth quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Jackson bounces into Murphy. Murphy straight away, taking it to the right side. And now cut off inside. Here's Delk, puts it up and in.
Good job by Katie. She got deep, but had somewhere to go.
Pass deflected out of bounds by Katie Murphy. Now Barren County back up by 3, 45-42. A little 6-0 run now by the Trojanettes.
Found some legs. See if we keep them underneath us.
And Warren East lobs it out. It's caught by Heimer. Now she takes it left side, feeds it there to Sparks, and she puts it up and in off the window. That's her first 2 points of the ball game. 45-44. Bertram driving, puts it up, no good, but a foul.
Our offense right now is really, to be honest with you, Elizabeth put her head down and go to the rim on the left side. But she's drawing fouls and getting ready to foul half of Warren East's team out.
Bertram at the line for 2 shots.
Patterson, her second personal. Free throw, good for Bertram. 46-44, Barren County, 4:39 to play. Second shot, too strong, rebound to Patterson. Hands it off to Sparks. Lobs it back to Patterson, turns with it, puts down the dribble, goes left side. Now in a trap, she walked, no whistle, the ball gets loose on the floor, picked up by Heimer, and then throws it into the backcourt. That'll be over and back. Trojanettes basketball. Wow, helter-skelter out there right now.
we've almost migrated a little bit. It's still full court, but we were doing more damage in the half court. Piper back it up a little bit and go to some kind of half court trap, which put Warren East in some bad situations that we're actually getting them to turn it over.
Murphy crossover dribble left, bounces it over to Lockhart. Lockhart now cuts back left, drives the bucket, puts it up with the left hand. It's good.
That was a grown-up move right there by the freshman.
6 points for Macy Lockhart. Here's a lob picked off by Murphy. Puts it up. Got it. Now the Trojanettes are finally starting to come to life here. With 4:01 to go and a timeout on the floor. 4:01 left. Barren County 50, Warren East 44.
Well, the wind has gone out of Warren East sails a little bit, too. They had that lead. It was like they put all their chips in on that little run. And since, Barren County's been able to come back, regain the lead, and stretch it out to 6 points. And it looks like they have found a little life, found a little momentum, and have really answered what was a test. Can we continue to do that the last 4 minutes is the question. The biggest thing that happened, nobody's fouled out. Nobody's fouled out for Warren East, but I think the biggest foul that happened was the fourth one on Price because she was all over Elizabeth, and when she got that fourth one, she had to back up so she didn't get her fifth. That's relaxed the defense a little bit for Warren East, and we've caused some turnovers that scored off of. So a good shift. There's clearly things that haven't gone our way this game, but a good shift maybe in the right direction.
Well, when Warren East led 42-39, the Trojanettes have come back since that time and outscored them 11-2. As the ball comes into Miller. Miller now covered up, gives it to Price. Deflected, stolen by Bertram, but crashed into Jackson. Feeds it back off to Bertram. Baseline shot won't go. Sparks with a rebound. Sparks gets rid of the basketball to Patterson. Now Patterson dribbles around Bertram, and she's heading to the basket. She'll flip it up and in. Nobody could stop her.
Set up way too early for a charge.
Long pass down to Delk underneath. Puts it up. Oh, it came off the rim. Not sure that shot was going to go down. Here's a lob up to Patterson. Patterson driving against Jackson and a foul. That ball was all over the rim.
Carly's had multiple shots like that tonight from point-blank range that have danced all around and not gone in.
Four on Eve Jackson. And Patterson's at the line for 2 shots. She's 3 of 6 from the stripe. Has scored 11 points in the second half, 13 for the ball game. The free throw, no, short.
She's a 71% shooter. She's the best they have at the stripe.
One more for Patterson. And it's in the air, and she got that one. 14 for Patterson. 50-47, Barren County. 3:23 left in the game. Murphy, left of the lane, bounces it out to Lockhart. Now it's picked up her dribble, goes back left to Murphy. Murphy swings around to the right side. Looks back left. Ooh, dangerous pass. It's picked off. Here's Heimer, wide open layup. Good.
Can't make a pass all the way across and not expect them to shoot the passing line.
50-49. Here's Jackson down low. Throws up the shot. No good. Delk with a rebound. Bounces back to Murphy for a 3. No good. In and out. Battle for the rebound. Delk's got it. Bounce pass off to Lockhart. Goes up. She's fouled.
And that will be 5, I do believe, on Price.
Yes, it should be. It should be the first Warren East player to foul out of the game. 9 points tonight for Olivia Price. That's a couple of points above her average on the season. And 50-49 the score with 2:48 to go. And it'll be Macy Lockhart at the charity stripe for 2 shots. She's 2 for 3 from the foul line. Has scored 6 points coming off the bench tonight.
They've only gone about, they played 7 or 8 tonight.
Yeah, they brought in Bailey, Miller, and Fulkerson played for a little bit, but Miller's played quite a bit more. So they're really only going about 7.
Yeah.
Lockhart at the line. 2 shots, first one on the way, good. 51-49, Trojanettes, 2:48 to play. Macy Lockhart, second toss on the way, good.
Still just a one-possession game, though. They've hit 2 threes, even though they don't shoot it well from there. It's just a one-possession game.
52-49. Heimer turns up court with it. Weaves through traffic, takes it down with a bounce pass to Forrester, and she puts it in.
3-on-1 on that backside. They're going to score that 90% of the time.
52-51. Bertram dumps it down to Delk, puts it up, shot it too hard. Good look. Tried to draw the foul there. Long pass down the floor. Here's Sparks in the right corner. Cuts back out and gives it to Heimer. Now Patterson driving to the basket, flips it up. It's no good. Rebound put back up and in by Forrester, and a foul. Foul is on Carly Delk. That's her third. Team's ninth.
I'm very conflicted on what we should do with this press, and I'm not the one making the decision, so I can kind of say whatever over here that I think's best, but I really think we just align better, we're matched up better, we're in rebounding positions if we're in the half court as opposed to the press right now.
And the free throw in and out by Forrester. Warren East with a 1-point lead. Here's Bertram laying it up and in. Nice pass from Katie Murphy of the Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Jamie Harris assist. They get the ball in play. Bailey throws it up court. Here's Forrester. Puts it up and in.
Just beating us too many. They're getting too many buckets opposed to turnovers right now.
55-54. Warren East with a 1-point lead. Bertram, three-pointer in the air. Got it! Shot that one over Patterson.
Big shot, big shot.
And the People's Bank three-point shot. And a steal by Lockhart. Gets rid of the basketball to Bertram. Bertram, one man to beat. Puts it up, foul.
Hey, that was a right hand. She spun back to the right side. That was nice.
And a foul on Bailey.
Foul is on Bailey.
That's her fourth. So now Price is fouled out. Heimer has 4, Forrester 4, and Bailey with 4. And Bertram at the line for 2 shots. First one in there.
Warren East was begging for the charge there, but not even this crew can give you one on that.
58-55. Barren County, a minute 36 to go. And second one good for Bertram. 59-55. Now a 2-possession game for Warren East, and they get the ball. They throw it away right between the legs of Patterson, out of bounds.
It's unforced, completely unforced. I don't think she was expecting it back so quick.
And Bertram will put the ball in play. Comes out in the corner to Ennis. Fires it out now to Jackson. Gives it back to Bertram. Bertram steps back, top of the key. Fires it off to Lockhart. Back out to Bertram, top of the key. Right side it goes to Jackson. Bounce pass back to Bertram. Bertram trying to penetrate and gets tripped up. Gravity violation. With a minute 15 to play, Warren East will have the basketball against full court pressure by the Trojanettes. 1-2-2. Comes in to Heimer. Heimer dribbling in the backcourt. Gives it off to Sparks. Sparks going to have to hurry, get it across the line. They do to Patterson. Here's Patterson down the middle of the lane. Puts it up and in. Patterson with 14 of the second half, 16 for the ball game. Bertram, top of the key, lets it go. It's in and out. Rebound to Patterson.
Quick shot you didn't have to take.
Chance here for Warren East to tie it. They lose the handle. Lockhart's got it. Lobs it off. Loose ball picked up by Bertram, and a timeout by Barren County with 40.8 to play.
Timeout, Barren County, a
30 variety.
Barren County 59, Warren East 57. With 40.8 left to go as we take a People's Bank timeout. Elizabeth Bertram in the fourth quarter has scored 5, 8, 10, 12 points.
What do they have? We have 20 points in this quarter?
Yes. So she scored 12 of Barren County's 20. And for the ball game, Bertram now 33. We scored 34 in the Glasgow game? She scored 34 against Glasgow, 33 against Meade County, and now 33 tonight against Warren East.
She's easily got over half of our points tonight.
And her career high 34 against the Lady Scotties. Barren County's basketball. They stack it here at midcourt. 40.8 to play. Ball comes into Ennis. She takes it down, right side. Now holds up. Murphy's got it now on the right side. Brings it back out front. Trying to drive. Had it swatted away. Double team to the corner. Goes to Jackson. Fakes. She drives in. Throws it back out to Lockhart with 27 seconds to play. Hands it off to Murphy. Murphy bounces it out to Ennis. Trojanette trying to play keep away. Jackson curls out. Gives it back to Bertram. And now Bertram is going to be fouled with 15.2 to go. And it will be on Bailey. And I've got 5 on her. And she'll foul out with 9 points.
Warren East was trying to play good, solid defense because it's just a one-possession game, but without a shot clock, that's really hard to play keep away from us.
And Bertram will be at the line for 2 shots, as that was the 10th Warren East foul of the second half.
Bertram at the line for 2 shots.
33 points for Elizabeth Bertram. Free throw, good. Make it 34. Ties her career high.
New career high would put us at a 2-possession game.
Yeah. 60-57, Barren County. Bertram's second shot of the way. Rim's good.
It's a big bucket.
Now, a new career high for Elizabeth Bertram. 35 points, 61-57. Trojanettes, 12 seconds to play. Ball's knocked down from behind. Oh, it looked like all ball from this angle. And they're going to call a foul on Eve Jackson, and that's going to be 5 on her. And this was a night Eve Jackson offensively, only 1 point.
I think that was one of the situations that was more of a product of us not being able to get in a groove. Eve couldn't find her shooting groove, and no points.
It's Miller at the line, and Miller tonight is 0 for 2 from the stripe. She'll get 2 shots here with 10 seconds to play. The shot goes up, and it's going to come off the rim.
She's only been to the line. She's only attempted 5. That's her 6th free throw, 7th, 8th, 9th tonight.
Okay. Second shot for Kaylee Miller. And it's in the air, and it's good. 61-58 makes it a 1-possession game now. It'll be Barren County's basketball with 10 seconds left to bring it the length of the floor. Timeout by Warren East. Take a People's Bank timeout. Stay tuned. The CPC Commodities postgame report and stats. CPC Commodity, proven on our farm, made for yours. We'll get set later tonight with the Trojans and the Raiders in Game 2 of our doubleheader.
Here's what we don't have to do. We don't even have to get the ball past half court technically, because the clock would expire at a 10-second violation. So we don't have to focus our efforts on that. We can focus our efforts on being strong with the basketball, because you know a Warren East foul should come fairly quickly.
All right, Raven Ennis. We'll toss it in. Nobody guarding Ennis. Full court pressure. And they're going to have to hurry, get it in play. Comes into Delk, gives it back to Ennis. Bounce pass off to Murphy. Throws it across, and a foul is going to be called with 5.2 to play. And it's going to be charged to Patterson, her 3rd.
Foul is on Patterson, that's her.
So we're going to get Katie Murphy at the line. She's 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Just needs to make 1.
Murphy at the line for 2 shots.
First of 2 on the way. Good. Nothing but net. Good stroke on that shot when she released it. 62-58. And this one is up. It's short. Ball skips off, and Murphy had it for a moment. Now she's got it. Gives it to Bertram. They'll let the clock run out, and Trojanettes will survive a scare here on the road from the Warren East Lady Raiders. Barren County wins it 62-58 over Warren East tonight. Warren East will drop to 9-4 on the season. Barren County improves to 12-4. And that fourth quarter, Barren County outscoring Warren East 23-20. The Elizabeth Bertram, career high tonight, 35 points. And, you know, you always wondered after Warren East had won the 2A sectional and headed to the state if they might have just kind of didn't really think about this game, but they did.
Well, they played like they had it circled all year long, to be honest with you.
Yep. So we'll get Coach Piper Lindsay in for Coach's comments, brought to you by McDonald's here in just a second. Our CPC Commodities post-game report. We'll get started here momentarily. Still trying to tally up the points, Coach, but sigh of relief. It's a win, but it was an ugly one.
It was, and you'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss. Isn't that what they say any day? The first quarter was great. Excited. We did exactly what we needed to do. Defensively, especially hold them to 1 point. And then just, you know, again, the offensive rebounds. You know, and I promise we talk about it. We do every day about blocking out, and it's just a lot about effort. And we're there. We're in position. I will say we're in position. We're just not doing the extra step as pushing back.
Right.
And that's just one thing that, you know, we will keep working on. Luckily, we got out with a win with this game, and we just got to get better.
You think the week layoff may have hurt us a little bit?
The girls were dying to play. I mean, this last week has been pretty rough, to be quite honest. The kids are tired of seeing us. They're tired of seeing each other. It was good to see somebody else, and I am glad that we came away with this win.
I know we turned it over 12 times the first half, but that improved a little bit in the second half. Only shot 35% the first half. I'm not sure what it is for the game yet, but still you score 37 points in the second half, and Elizabeth Bertram, new career high tonight, 35.
Is that what she had?
Yeah.
Well, good for her. Yeah, I mean,
so she
again,
pretty much took over the game for
She
you.
She did. Had a big three, and on the wing in front of us, but just we kept telling them attack. We knew we could get a three any day, which that's what happened the first half. We just kept settling for threes, and I feel like we started to attack, and they were calling some fouls, and we were hitting some free throws for the most part. And you know, you just got to find a way to win when your threes aren't falling. You know, do something else, and I felt like we did that.
We knew Warren East was a much improved ball club with all 5 starters back this year, and a team that only lost to South Warren by 4 points.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they play a lot like us as far as physical, get up in you a little bit. You know, full court for the most part, very similar to us. And you know, I thought we did a good job handling their pressure after the first half. Right. But just gotta get better.
Yeah, Warren Central coming in on Saturday, a team that game was canceled last week because of their boys. Well, both teams were in the 2A sectional tournament, and their boys now going to the state tournament. But Warren Central under Coach Joe Hood always has his team ready.
Yeah, of course, they just lost to Warren Central by 10, I think, the other day, and really it was a 2 or 3 point game with a minute or so left. So, you know, they're athletic and quick. You know, Joe Hood does a great job. Talked to him a lot lately trying to get this game scheduled, but again, just we still got to fine tune some things, work on those little things, and fix those, and hopefully come away with another win.
All right, Coach. Congratulations.
Jay, thank you.
All right, Coach Piper Lindsay. The Trojanettes winning 62-58 over Warren East tonight here on the Lady Raider home court. And we'll come back with a CPC Commodities post-game report. Our stats brought to you by CPC Commodities as you're listening to Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back with the CPC Commodities post-game report. We're still trying to tally a few stats here as we take a look at the stats brought to you by CPC Commodities. Barren County led 12-1 at the end of the first quarter. It was 25-18 at halftime. Trojanettes led 39-38 after 3, and they outscored Warren East in the fourth quarter 23-20. Warren East took a 3-point lead at 42-39 before Barren County made the run. And looking at scoring for Warren East tonight, I have them with 23 field goals, 16 of those in the second half. They knocked down 2 3-point shots. And from the foul line, I apologize for counting on the air, 4, 7, 9, 13. That's 20 free throws shot tonight for Warren East, and they made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I look at it at 9 of 20. Does that sound right to you, Robert? 9 of 20 from the foul line for Warren East?
That's probably close. I didn't have theirs. I had ours.
I'm looking at 20 free throw shot for Warren East, and they made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 of 20. That's unofficial, as I'm trying to figure up all the free throws. And I look at our free throws. I've got us 25 of 37 from the foul line. 17 field goals, 3 3-pointers. And I'll have to count that up again just to make sure. But 35 from Elizabeth Bertram tonight, another career high. 9 from Carly Delk, 8 from Macy Lockhart, 4 from Raven Ennis, 3 from Katie Murphy, and 1 point each for Eve Jackson and Liberty Rice. And that was the scoring. The Trojanettes survive a scare from the Lady Raiders tonight, 62-58, the final score.
Yeah,
you got some stats there?
Just overall game total. They were 17 of 49 from the field. That's 35%. They shot 35% in the first half. They shot 35% for the game. Turned it over 18 times. 12 in the first half, just 6 though in the second half. So even though it was a sloppy game, up and down, back and forth, ultimately they just needed to play. They had been off a week, and you're going to have some sloppiness no matter what you recreate at practice.
And that's what Piper said.
Isn't it all the game? So I didn't hear her. But so I'm glad they got the win. They faced some adversity. They need to play, but it's better sometimes if you got to face that adversity. And notice Piper's kind of habit of not calling a timeout to bail her kids out. She wants them to play through it. They did a good job tonight playing through it, and no worse for the wear in the win column. Or I guess no worse for the wear in the loss column.
Right. Ugly win, better than a pretty loss.
That's right.
That's
absolutely.
Exactly what, yeah. 25 of 37 from the foul line for the Trojanettes tonight. 10 of 20 for Warren East. So there you have it on that. Well, it is a 62-58 win for Barren County tonight. 12-4 now in the season. They'll play Warren Central Saturday night at a JV varsity doubleheader. We'll have that broadcast the varsity game here on 103.7 Nash Icon. Always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. We'll get set for the pregame coverage of the Trojans and Raiders. Game 2 of our doubleheader. This is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto, Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back courtside at Warren East High School here in Bowling Green. Jay Turner with Robert Bowers. We get set for the Trojans and the Raiders in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Our pregame report is brought to you by Zaxby's, the new Caribbean jerk filet sandwich or boneless wings meal. Comes with crinkle fries and a 22-ounce Coca-Cola freestyle drink. As Warren East comes in 2-10 on the year, they're ranked 15th in the Lexington Herald leader Dave Cantrell ratings this week. Actually 3 from the bottom. And they have the worst record of anybody in the region, but they're not the worst team in the region, ranked at 15. 2-10, they lost to Warren Central 83-39 last Thursday night. And a team that Warren East has had their share of injuries again this year, according to Coach Brandon Combs. One of their main players, an 8th grader actually, Ty Price, out for the season with some back issues. Warren East is predicted to finish last in the 14th district. Of course, you got Warren Central, Bowling Green, Greenwood, South Warren, and a team that went 11-18 last year. Barren County won the game last year 67-55. Warren East won 2 years prior to that, though. In 2018, 58-52, and 60-56 in 2017. Been a lot of close games between Barren County and Warren East, Robert.
I don't know what it is, and Warren alluded to it the other night, that this is always a close matchup. No matter a team like last year, they were struggling a little bit, but Coach Combs' team always plays us tough, and for some reason we have a difficult time down here. They've won 2 out of the last 3 games, so even though they've only won 2 games this year, this is not a game that we need to overlook going into we just have a single varsity game on Friday, but you still don't never underestimate an opponent. Even win-loss record shouldn't matter.
2 wins have been over Caverna, 85-60, and Cumberland County, 73-69. They lost to Metcalf by 8, Davis County by 4, North Hardin by 31, South Warren by 22, lost to Franklin Simpson by just 2, and Allen County Scottsville by just 3 the first time. They played Allen County Scottsville a second time and lost by 16. Lost to Ohio County by 27 and Meade County by 6, a team that Barren beat by 30. And then lost to Warren Central 83-39. Their game with Rockcastle County Friday night was canceled. Barren County comes in number 5 ranked in the region of the Dave Cantrell ratings, Lexington Herald leader. Number 7 in the Bowling Green Daily News prep poll this week. Trojans winning Friday night over Adair County 68-34. Shot 47% from the field, hit 7 threes and grabbed 37 rebounds. Hit 11 of 17 from the free throw line. Aiden Niken, Gavin Withrow, and Will Bandy all finished in double figures. Niken 15, Withrow 14, Bandy with 12. Of course, the Trojans will be off until Monday night when they play at Monroe County in a district game, but then they play Ohio County the following night, Allen County Scottsville next Friday night, a week from Friday, and then Franklin Simpson on the road a week from Saturday night. So 4 games next week for the Trojans after just 1 game this week here at Warren East. And Barren County is 8-6, 6 losses, but 9 points or less, 2 in overtime, 1 by 4, lost 1 by 5 to Glasgow and by 3 to Bowling Green. Warren East averaging 59.3 points a game, giving up 70.4 points per game to their opponents. They shoot 43.7% from the field, 34.5% behind the arc. They've hit 68 threes this year, 66.8% from the foul line, and 25 rebounds a game. Trojans are averaging 64.5 points a game, giving up 53, shooting 44.7% and 31% from behind the arc. They've hit 70 three-point shots this year, 62.4% from the foul line, and 33 rebounds a game. So the Trojans and the Raiders coming up in Game 2 of our doubleheader. This is the Zaxby's pregame report. And always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. This is Barren County High basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Only a handful of games going on around the region tonight. The ones we want to keep tabs on. I'll hopefully get some final scores in that girls game between South Warren and Bowling Green. Allen County Scottsville at Franklin Simpson. Girl-boy doubleheader. Russell County at Adair County. That's girls. McCreary County Central. Boys at Russell County. Hart County boys at Edmondson County. And Edmondson County girls at Logan County. The schedule brought to you by NAC Healthcare Glasgow. Carrying in the better way day by day. We'll have the lineups when we return after this break. As you're listening to Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Barney's Raiders under head coach Brandon Combs in his 6th season. So we take a look at the lineups brought to you by SCRTC. Get things started with SCRTC's fast and reliable internet speeds today. Caleb Matlock, 6'1", 160 sophomore, averages 11 points a game. Ryan Carter, 6'6", 200 senior, 10.5 points, 6.5 rebounds. Jordan Jones, 6', 150 senior, averages 7. Sam Wheeler, 5'9", 150 junior, 6 points a game. And Britton Walker, 6'8", 215, a sophomore, averages 2.4 points a game for the Raiders. Warren Cunningham in his 12th season as a head coach of the Barren County Trojans. Assistant coaches Lee Johnson, Matt Gardner, Jared Browning, and Will McCoy. And starting for the Trojans tonight, Jacob Shaw, 6'1", 183 senior, averaging 9.5 points a game. Gavin Withrow, 5'8", 148 junior, averages 6.2. Will Bandy, 6'6", 212, a senior, 11.2 points, 4 rebounds. Aiden Nyken, 6'5", 204, sophomore, 15.2 points, 7 rebounds a game. Tyler Bush, 6', 183 senior, 4 points and 4.6 rebounds a game for the Trojans. The officials for tonight's game, the same 3 we had in the girls' game: Tony Brown, Tony Franklin, and Terry Baldwin. The official sponsor is Scotty's Contracting and Stone, committed to providing all customers the same level of highest quality, no matter the size of the project. We have the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening tip-off. And first quarter of action sponsored by South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Checking out the Coca-Cola scoreboard quickly. Bowling Green girls beat South Warren tonight 61-38. Allen County Scottsville girls beat Franklin Simpson 59-34. And then we had the boys score there, Robert, that popped up. And I think Bowling Green was up 35-19 or something like that on South Warren. Already that far ahead.
Yeah, that's right. That's almost a halftime score.
So we'll keep you updated on some other scores as they come in. If you missed the girls' game, Trojanettes 62-58 over Warren East. Elizabeth Bertram, career high 35 tonight for Coach Piper Lindsay. Barren County Trojans in gray uniforms, dark gray with burgundy numbers and letters outlined in gold. And the Warren East Raiders, home white with blue numbers and letters outlined in old gold. The Trojans just to our right here, the bench, and Warren East down to our left. You're listening to 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow, online at 104thescore.com. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer. Glad to join us tonight here from Warren East High School in Bowling Green.
We didn't talk about it, but the last time the Trojans came out, they looked excellent. I know John was with you, and John does a wonderful job on the radio with you. Enjoy listening to him, but I actually got to watch one as a fan for first time in a long time. I didn't know what that was like. Got to chase my nephew around, so enjoyed that, but also enjoyed a Trojan victory. Hopefully see one coming up here after 32 minutes against a struggling Warren East team, but don't overlook that.
No. Hayden Nyken, jump circle, Britton Walker. Tony Franklin will toss it up and easily controlled. A tap by Nyken. Shaw now gives to Withrow. Moving right to left here in the first half. Withrow has it, dumps it in there to Bandy. Turnaround jump shot is up and bounces in.
Well, the girls never got a friendly bounce, I don't think, in 32 minutes. And in the first 10 seconds, Bandy gets one to trickle through.
So Barren County on the scoreboard first. It's Wheeler with the basketball, bounces it off to Jones. Jones now the left wing, fires it down low in there to Carter. Now going back up the baseline, they force it up, and it goes in the corner now. They dump it down to Walker. Got Nyken off his feet, but he missed the shot down low. Another offensive rebound, though, by Warren East. As they'll set it back up again, Jones gives it out front now to Wheeler. Man-to-man defense by the Trojans. Wheeler drives left of the lane, trying to dump it down low. A traveling violation on Wheeler.
Walker, early in that position, made a textbook up and under move. Got Nyken to jump out of the gym, but did everything but finish.
We got Walker listed as 6'8". I'm not sure he's that tall. He doesn't look 6'8", more like 6'6" maybe. Withrow, back out to Nyken. He'll give it to Shaw. Swings it around to Bush on the left side. Now Bush will fire it back out to Shaw. Back left side, Bush. Had Bandy open in the corner. Didn't see him, though. They go back to Nyken. Nyken trying to penetrate. Can't go. Kicks it back over to Shaw. Right wing three. No. Rebound taken by Matlock of Warren. He's stolen away by Bush. And now Bush will bounce it back out to Bandy. He'll throw it in the corner. Withrow for three. In and out. Nyken trying to grab the rebound. And what do we got? Jump ball. Possession arrow to Warren East. Well, Nyken just ripped it away from the Warren East player.
Didn't give him much time to battle for it, did he? Going to go some full court pressure. Looks like man-to-man variety applied by Warren's club.
As the ball comes into Matlock, he'll work it up court against Tyler Bush. Gets it across the timeline. Angles off right side, looks left, throws it out to Walker. Walker guarded by Nyken. Gets rid of the basketball now to Carter. Carter, right side of the keyhole. He'll go back left side. Jones, or rather Wheeler. Wheeler against Withrow out there. Now throws it back to the right side. It's Jones on the right wing. Lobs it down in there. Spin move up and under against Bandy, and Bandy blocks the shot on Carter.
He did a better job staying on his feet, and that gave him the block.
2 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. Barren County with a 2-0 lead. Warren East basketball, they lob it out. They dump it back in the lane. A whistle, a foul on Nyken. They go into Walker.
Tell Brandon and his coaches have done a really good job with these young post players. They know how to position their bodies to get an angle at the rim.
Yep. Lob it out to Carter at the right elbow. He works against Bandy. Backtracking in. Gives it in the corner now to Wheeler. Wheeler circles out into the key. Now goes in the right corner. 3-ball in the air. No. Up high for the rebound, Will Bandy. Alley pass comes to Shaw. Now Shaw breaks to the right side. Hooks it back left to Nyken. Nyken trying to make a move. Slices his way in the lane. Whistle. What do we got? A jump ball. Possession arrow to the Trojans. Nyken trying to make a jump stop in the lane, and somebody reached in and tied it up. So the Trojans, they lob it out to Bandy on the left side, and the corner goes to Shaw. Shaw on the dribble. Now picks it up, goes out front to Withrow. Back to Shaw on the left side, back out to Withrow. Guarded by Wheeler. Now Bush has it against Walker. He'll send it back out to Shaw. Left side it goes to Withrow. Withrow back out to Bush. Right side it goes to Shaw. Shaw trying to penetrate to the right elbow. Gives it off to Bush. Hands it back out to Bandy. Now Will looking to throw. He'll throw it back out to Niken. Niken trying to make a one-on-one move. He fell down but got rid of the ball, and then Shaw had to save him going out of bounds. Almost stripped away by Wheeler, but regained control by Withrow. Pass to the baseline. Shot by Bandy's good.
Had to work a whole lot for that 2-point. Bandy's got both of our buckets.
4-0, Barren County. Wheeler with the basketball for Warren East. Sends it right side. Oh, boy, Bush went to the floor hard. Here's a shot out of the corner, no good. Shaw claims the rebound. Sends it up court to Niken. Niken drives the basket, lays it up and in.
Had a little bit of a bump screen from Tyler Bush, and that was enough to give him the path to slap it against the backboard and in.
So Barren County out to a 6-0 lead. 4:28 to play in the first quarter. Timeout by Warren East. So we take a People's Bank timeout.
Just initially in the first 3.5 minutes, you can tell why Coach Combs' club maybe has struggled a little bit this year, but 5 of those 10 losses have been single-digit close games. So they've got some pieces. They do some good things. They run his offense well, but early on they haven't hit many shots, and that's what's let us get to an early 6-point lead and help them scoreless.
Yeah, they could easily be 5-5. Lost to Metcalf by 8, Davis by 4, Franklin Simpson by 2, Allen by 3, and Meade by 6. Ball comes into Wheeler as Gavin Withrow's guarding him. Wheeler cuts to the top of the key. Now hands it off. New player in the ball game. They lose the handle, and then Withrow tried to tap it, but tried to save it too. The new player in the ball game is Braden Wardlow, 5'10", 155, and a senior. There's 6 seniors on Warren East Ball Club this year. Lob comes out to Carter, and a bad pass tipped away by Bandy and caught by Niken. Bounce pass off to Bandy, lays it up, he's fouled. Foul is on Carter, his first, team's first.
His first, team first.
Send Will Bandy to the free throw line.
Bandy at the line for 2 shots.
68.2% foul shooter on the year. First one in there. 5th point of the game. Barren County 7, Warren East zip. 4:08 to play, first quarter. Second shot in the air, good for Bandy. 8-0 Barren County, full court pressure. Ball comes into Wheeler, turns up court against Withrow. Hits it across the line. Now wants to drive, behind the back dribble. Dumps it down in there to Carter, wide open, puts it in.
Basket by Carter.
It's their first 2 points of the game, 8-2, 3:50 to play in the opening quarter. Here's Niken working to the basket, reverse up and in.
They tried to show a zone court, half-court trap, and it didn't work very well.
Aiden Niken with his second bucket. Here's Wheeler driving against Withrow, scoops up the shot, it's no good, but a foul. First foul on the basketball, or actually the second team foul against the Trojans. First foul on Withrow, and it's Sam Wheeler at the charity stripe. Wheeler, 52.5% foul shooter on the year, averages about 6 points a game. And his first shot is up, and it's good. Tate Porter, 6 foot, 151 sophomore, checks into the Trojan lineup. Averaging 6 points a game, comes in for Gavin Withrow. And Wheeler back up at the stripe for the Raiders. Puts it up and in. And they get a substitution. Number 21, Isaiah Andrews, 6'3", 160 freshman. Averages 8.5 points a game coming off the bench. 10-4, Trojans lead it. Shaw in the backcourt gets a 2-2-1. Warren East pressure. Here's Bush. He's in a trap. Hooks it back to Shaw. Now Shaw penetrating down the lane. Hooks it off underneath. Reverse up and in by Bandy. 8 points for Will Bandy. Trojans 12, East 4. Wardlow with a basketball for Warren East out front with it. He's guarded by Niken out there. Angles off left, goes left in the lane, forces up the shot, draws a foul from Bandy. His first, team's third. And that sends Braden Wardlow, 5'10 senior, averages 5 points a game on the season to the free throw line. 63.6% foul shooter. And the first of twos on the way, and it's no good. And now coming in for Coach Brandon Combs is Devon Williams, 6'4", 165 sophomore. Now, Brandon Combs, he'll play 10 or 12. Just looking at their stats and how many games they played in. Second shot coming for Braden Wardlow. It's on the way, and it's off the front of the rim. Ball gets knocked loose, and then they throw it away, saving it in the corner, out of bounds. Barren County's basketball. In for Warren East is Logan Sanders, 6', 165 senior. In for Barren County is Ryan Shirley, 6'1", 180, a sophomore. Looking at a little bit of pressure here, and a bad pass, but Tyler Bush there to grab it. Lobs it off in the corner. Porter for three, no. And an offensive rebound by Shirley. Dumps it in there to Niken. Turnaround jump shot in the lane, good. 14-4 Trojans. 2:40 to play, opening quarter. Sam Wheeler with the basketball for Warren East out of the right side. Cuts back left and reverses back right against Tay Porter. Now picks up his dribble, goes to Sanders with it, deep on the right side. Sanders throws it back across over to Wheeler. And now Wheeler, Wardlow fell down. As he keeps the dribble going here against Tay Porter at 2:12 to go in the quarter. Wheeler fires it right side. Over to Andrews. Shot goes up. It's no good. Ball tipped in the corner by Sanders. Back to Andrews. They lob it, and it goes over the head of Williams and out of bounds. In for Barren County, Cody Lane, 5'11", 157 senior. Comes in for Tyler Bush. So now Shaw and Niken are the only two starters on the floor for Coach Warren Cunningham right now.
Now Warren's been playing about 8 or 10 too.
He has. And Shaw, bounce pass off to Niken, trying to go against his defender, and he fell down and lost it out of bounds. Sanders will toss it in for Warren East. And having trouble, finally gets it in play to Wheeler. So he'll work up court against Tay Porter. Minute 40 to go in the quarter. Barren County 14, Warren East 4. As Wheeler will set it up out front. Wheeler angles off to the right side. A bounce pass down in low there to Andrews. Oh, a collision. That's going to be an offensive foul. Ryan Shirley, he likes to take those charges.
Yes, sir.
And so for Williams, his first. Warren East second team foul. Now another substitution in for the Raiders, number 11, Tatum Simmons, 5'9", 140 senior. Here comes Shaw racing across the timeline. In the corner, Shirley, he's going to pull the trigger for three. It's short. Ball tapped, and Porter tried to save it, couldn't do it. Out of bounds. It'll be Warren East basketball, minute 18 to play.
Shirley did he hit a three the other night? And
I think he did, yes.
That probably wasn't necessarily what Warren was expecting to get out of that series.
No. Tatum Simmons with the basketball. He'll hand it off out there to Sanders. He'll just fire up a three-point shot. No. Clangs off the left side of the rim. Niken with a rebound. Ball's loose and picked it back up. In trouble. Puts it back down on the floor. Then lost the handle. And driving in. That'd be a collision. That'd be an offensive foul. And Cody Lane taking the charge on that one. Offensive foul is on Andrews.
You add the boys and girls games together, that's 5 charges, I think, against one block. So that's definitely a charge type crew. You like it if you're somebody like Ryan Shirley.
50 seconds to play, first quarter. Shaw bounces it off to Lane on the right side. Looking for Porter, can't find him. Shirley, left side over to Shaw. Feeds it down in there to Lane, left to the lane. Bounces back out to Shaw, fakes the three, drives in, and slices it away and put it high off the window and in.
Had to hang in there a little bit to adjust to get it off the glass.
For a People's Bank shot for Jacob Shaw, his first 2 points tonight. And it's 16-4. Barren County. Curling into the lane, bounce pass underneath, and what do we got here? Traveling violation as Williams came back down to the floor after, was it Bush that got a hand on it?
Yes, sure was.
So Trojans basketball with 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Jacob Shaw will bring it up now against Simmons. They've gone man-to-man. Reversing back right, trying to go back door, can't find Pointer. Now here's Lane. 4 seconds, three, Bush. Gonna have to think about it. Long three in the air, no good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. After one is Barren County 16, Warren East 4. We'll be back for the second quarter after this break. You're listening to Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Second quarter underway. Warren East with the basketball and a pull-up jumper is off the back iron. And battle for the rebound. It's going to be tied up. And the ball will go to Barren County. Second quarter here from Warren East, brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Warren East with some pressure now. And Jacob Shaw gets it across to the left side of the floor.
Run set.
Now reverse it back out front. 7:45 goes second quarter. Bounce pass left elbow Bush. Throws it back over to Withrow. Down low. Fadeaway jump shot. Good for Will Bandy. He's got 10. Barren County's 18. Trojans lead at 18-4. Warren East with the basketball. Sanders gives it over now to another new player in the ball game. We'll pick up the number here. We got a blocking foul underneath the basket as Caleb Matlock had just checked in here a moment ago after playing just about a minute of the first quarter. First foul on Tyler Bush, 4 on the Trojans in the first half, and it's Matlock at the line. 80% foul shooter on the season. It's in there. 18-5. Matlock for the second of two. It's on the way, and it's in and out. Rebound in there by Bandy. Gives to Withrow. He'll bring it up court. Withrow over to Shaw, deep on the right wing. Coming out to get his Bush over the left side. Withrow in the corner. Cody Lane for three. Got it. There's a line drive three out of the left corner.
Found a way to get it in, though.
And that's a People's Bank three. Here's a spin move, but Sanders got a little bit out of control, got his own rebound, and put it back up and in.
Got away with the walk, but
21-7. Barren County, 6:48 to play. Bandy, spin move, trying to dump it off. It's deflected and stolen in there by Warren East. Turnover by the Trojans. Logan Sanders angling off to the right side. Now feeds it in the lane there. Carter, scoop shot up, no good, falling away, and rebound to Will Bandy.
They've got some good looks, but they just struggle shooting.
And over it goes right side. Lane will fire it from the right wing. It's short this time. And offensive rebound by Tyler Bush out to Bandy. Long range three. No good. Tapped by Bush, and he'll put it up and in. Withrow got the hand on it, tapped it to Bush.
Good series here. Had 3 looks at it, finally got the third one to go.
23-17, or 7, Barren County. 6:05 to go, first half. Matlock trying to drive with it. Goes underneath against Bush. Had it blocked on him and hit the, I believe the end line or something there. I don't know what happened. Aiden Nyken checking back into the Trojan lineup.
Returning for Warren East, number 32, Brian Walker. in for Barren County, number 24.
And Walker in for Warren East. And it's Warren East basketball underneath. Sanders will toss it in. He'll send it out on the left side to Matlock. Gets a screen. Here's the lob down into Walker. He'll put it up and in.
Middle of the floor, you lob it down to the post. There's a hard place to help from, and there wasn't any there. Turned and laid it in.
Walker only averages 2.4 points a game, so there's his 2 points there. 23-9. Withrow, Bandy, right side baseline, no good. Rebound, Andrews for Warren East. Sanders racing down the floor, goes inside and scooped it up in a foul call.
Bush blocked it. The foul was called.
Second foul on Tyler Bush. That'll be the fifth one on the Trojans in the first half.
Sanders.
2 shots for Logan Sanders. First one's good for Sanders. That's his third point. Jacob Shaw back in the game for the Trojans, and also in now is Mason Griggs, 6', 138 sophomore, averaging 2.5 points a game.
It's a revolving door up here at the score stand. Every dead ball, there's 2 or 3 guys go in and out.
And Sanders connects on the second toss. It's 23-11. Jacob Shaw with the basketball for the Trojans. Comes into the front court. Left side, it goes to Niken. Niken trying to get the screen from Bandy. Drives and trying to get rid of it. Back to Bandy. Loose ball on the floor and a jump ball. Possession arrow to Warren East. And Sanders will toss it in. Some pressure in the backcourt for the Trojans. And Sanders gets the ball in play to Wheeler. Wheeler will bring it up for Warren East. Works against Mason Griggs out front. Right side it goes to Matlock against Niken. Drives it in the lane. Forces up the shot. Almost backed it in. Tapped up. No good for Walker. And the loose ball in the corner goes out of bounds. And Warren East is going to get it back. Sanders will toss it in down to our right. Comes out to Wheeler. And he's guarded by Mason Griggs. Gets a screen from Sanders. He's going to drive to the basket against Griggs. A whistle and a foul. Griggs his first, team 6th.
Fouls on Griggs. His first.
And 2 shots for Sam Wheeler. Hit a pair back in the first quarter. And the shot goes up, and it's no good. They'll have one more. 4:48 to go in the first half. It's 23-11, Barren County. Second quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Second shot in the air, rims off, and Bandy with the rebound had his swatted away out of bounds by Sanders.
For the remainder of the first half, Warren East will shoot the bonus.
Fouls are 6-3. Trojans. Withrow, run out. It's going to be picked off by Matlock. Try to go to Shaw. And it'll be palming the basketball call against Matlock.
Can't throw that run out of it when you got 2 guys back. No. Pretty much throwing into double coverage. That's going to get picked off and turned over. Just fortunate they gave it back to us.
Full court pressure applied by Warren East. Withrow gets the ball in play to Shaw. He'll leave it with Withrow, and he'll bring it across. 4:35 left in the half. He'll work against Wheeler. Dumps it off there to Bandy at the left elbow. Fires it back out to Shaw for a 3. Looked like he may have got fouled. Missed it. Long rebound comes off to Griggs. They dump it down there to Will Bandy. Spin move. Fall away shot. Baseline. Good. 12 points for Will Bandy. It's 25-11.
Good first quarter first half, sorry, for him.
And Sanders has it in the left corner for Warren East. Dribbles it halfway out. Cross-court pass comes to Jones. Feeds it in the middle there to Walker. Now Jones with it again. Hands it off to Sanders. Sanders getting the screen from Walker. He'll lob it. It's picked off by Withrow. Try to go back to Walker with a behind-the-back dribble. Withrow spins, throws it off to Niken. He'll go under, put it up. He's fouled.
We should be able to power through and score it, but I do like him just going up, not trying to ball fake, not trying to do anything fancy, just straight up to the rim.
That'll be the first foul on Walker. 4 on the Raiders in the first half, and Niken at the charity stripe. Been struggling at the line this season, only shooting 50% of his, making 50% of his free throw shots, and he got that one. 7th point of the game for Aiden Niken. 26-11. Another new player in for Warren East is Bo Yoakum, 6'1", 165 senior. And also Andrews back in.
Niken gets to the line more than anybody on our team. He cannot be middle to the bottom.
Yeah, it's got to be up to 70%. 27-11. He went 100% on that trip. 2 for 2. Wheeler, going to get a foul here on Griggs. 2 on Mason Griggs and 7 on the Trojans here in the first half. Warren East in the bonus now for the remainder of the half with 3:37 to go. So Griggs goes to the bench and Tate Horner back in. Wheeler for Warren East, a 5'9" junior, 2 for 4 at the stripe tonight. And the shot goes up, and it bounces high, hits the top of the backboard, all over the rim, then put back up, no good. Battle for the rebound, grabbed in there by Bandy. Bounce pass comes up to Withrow. Right side, Shaw for 3, no good. Rebound battle out of bounds, and it goes out of, it's going to be Barren County's ball.
Shaw leads the team in threes made.
Yeah, he's hit 25 of them this year, but
he's taking
several right now.
Yeah, can't make them.
Ball comes out to Niken, left side, gives to Withrow, dumps it down in there, turnaround shot by Bandy. He's got it. He's got the touch tonight. 14 for Bandy, 6 field goals, 29 to 11.
Bandy's outscoring East by 3.
Yeah. Bo Yoakum sends it way back out and almost lost the handle there. As they work it down low, they get it back out now to, I believe that's Wheeler. He goes over the shot, and he's fouled by, we got him, Porter.
See who they'll give it to.
His first, team's 8th.
His first, team 8.
And at the line for Warren East, Sam Wheeler. He's missed his last 3 in a row. Shot goes up and got that one. 29-12. Again, Warren East giving up 70.4 points a game to their opponents. Second shot for Wheeler, short off the front of the rim. Ball's tapped out long, and Wheeler tried to chase it down and kind of backhanded off of Porter and out of bounds.
We just can't grab them. We can't grab loose balls tonight for some reason.
Returning for the Trojans, number 14, Ryan Shirley.
So Ryan Shirley back in for the Trojans. He'll come in for Aiden Niken. Yoakum lobs it out to Wardlow. Wardlow putting down the dribble against Gavin Withrow. He's picked it up now. Feeds it down in there to Carter. Backtracking in, a pump fake. Puts it up and in over Bandy.
Basket by Carter.
Carter's second field goal. It's 29-14. Shaw works it across against Yoakum. Leaves it out front with Withrow. 2:33 left to go in the first half. It's 29-14. Barren County. And here's Shaw. Deep on the right wing. Covered up by Wardlow. Now gives to Bandy. Dumps it down in there to Shirley. Puts it up. No, but a foul going to be called. And it's going to be on Wheeler, his first, team's 5th.
Fouls on Wheeler, his first, team 5th. Shirley at the line, 2 shots.
Ryan Shirley. First of 2, good.
It's a big luxury for us when Aiden and Will do not get into foul trouble. They've played pretty much the whole first half at leisure and have both played pretty well, especially Will.
Ryan Shirley, both free throws. Makes it 31-14. Wardlow with the basketball for Warren East. Has it out front against Gavin Withrow. Now he's picked it up. Needs some help out there and has to call a timeout. 30-second timeout by the Raiders with 2:06 to go here in the first half. Barren County 31, Warren East 14. So take a People's Bank timeout. Stay tuned with the Colton Steakhouse and Grill halftime report. Trojanettes 62-58 winners tonight over Warren East. And Elizabeth Bertram, another career high, 35 tonight for Coach Piper Lindsay. Trojanettes will play Warren Central Saturday night. JV varsity doubleheader. JV game will start at 5 o'clock, and our broadcast coverage around 6 here on Saturday night from Barren County High.
Need to make sure we go over that schedule at halftime. It's so discombobulated.
Yes.
I'm even messed up when I'm supposed to be here when I'm not. So I'm going to show up on Friday night. Nobody's going to even be there.
No game Friday night. Now, the next 3 or 4 Friday nights, you can bank on it. Wardlow works around to the left side. He picks up his dribble, throws it out front to Wheeler. And now Wheeler gets Tay Pointer out there with 1:46 to play before halftime. Sends it left side. A three-point try in the air. No. Long rebound in the lane. And a shovel pass there to Wardlow. Stolen away by Withrow. Had to chase it down to the left corner. Gives it to Shaw. Fires it up court to Bandy. Now Bandy, spin move. One-hand shot. No. And rebound underneath. And it's going to be out of bounds to Warren East.
Tried to save it. He did save it off
the inline.
Warren East leg, but yeah, after the inline.
Barren County, number 12, Cody Lane.
Cody Lane back in the lineup for Coach Warren Cunningham. Pass up to Wheeler midcourt. Pointer tried to cut him off. Takes it down the lane. Fall away shot off balance. No. And a ball knocked out of bounds. And it'll go to Barren County with 1:18 to play here in the first half. Ryan Shirley will get it into Cody Lane. As Bo Yoakum had Shaw covered up there. Cody Lane works against Wardlow. Left elbow, Shirley. Right side Pointer, down low. Bandy missed the shot, crashing the board in there. Loose ball to the lane and a tied up basketball. The Trojans get it on the possession arrow with 1:03 to go. Bandy will toss it in. Comes down the corner left side to Shirley. Here's a lob to Bandy at the free throw line. Cut off, and Pointer had to go chase it down the left corner. Back out now to Shaw. 54 seconds to play here in the first half. Pointer with it, long range left. Fakes, drives right, hooks it back down low. And a shot blocked in there off of Ryan Shirley by Bo Yoakum. And here he comes up the floor. Lobs it left side over to Wardlow. Feeds it back to Yoakum down low. Now needs some help. Goes back in the corner to Wardlow. He'll circle and try to curl into the paint. He'll go back left, spins back left or right, and throws up an air ball. And Pointer's got it for the Trojans. 28 seconds left in the half. Over goes to Shaw. Throws it back out to Pointer, top of the key. Going to hold it for one here. 22 seconds to play. As Wheeler applying pressure on Shaw out there. And a 5-second count. 15 seconds to play here in the first half. Warren East basketball, 31-14 Trojan lead. And Bo Yoakum will toss it in. It comes out to Wardlow. Wardlow now with 12 seconds to play. Wardlow against Cody Lane. Down to 5. Takes him one-on-one. Spins back right. Now goes back left. Goes inside. Kicks it off in the corner. Yoakum for 3. No. And that'll do it for the first half. Barren County 31, Warren East 14 here at the break. We'll come back with the Colton Steakhouse and Grill halftime report in a moment. As always, remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. This is Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. It is halftime with the Trojans and Raiders, and Barren County leads at 31-14 here at the break over the Warren East Raiders. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, courtside from Warren East High here in Bowling Green. Trojans led 16-4 at the end of the first quarter and outscored the Raiders 15-10 in the second period. Warren East with only 4 field goals in the first half. There were 6 of 13 from the line, and Coach Brandon Combs played 10 players in the first half. No, actually 11 players in the first half. 4 for Ryan Carter, 4 points for Logan Sanders, 3 for Sam Wheeler, 2 points for Britton Walker, 1 point for Caleb Matlock. For the Trojans, 12 field goals in the first half. One of those a 3-point shot. Hit all 6 free throw attempts. Will Bandy with 14. Barren County's 31 first half points. 6 baskets, 2 for 2 from the foul line. Aiden Nyken with 8 points. He scored 6 of those 8 in the first period of play. A 3-pointer for Cody Lane. 2 points for Jacob Shaw. Tyler Bush scored 2. Ryan Shirley with 2 points in the first half. Coach Warren Cunningham playing 9 players in that first half of play. And Gavin Withrow started the ball game, did not score. Mason Griggs saw action, and Tay Pointer failed to score in the first half. Foul situation for the Trojans, 2 on Tyler Bush, also 2 on Mason Griggs, 1 each on Gavin Withrow, Will Bandy, Aiden Nyken, and Tay Pointer. And for Warren East, only 5 fouls whistled in the first half, 1 each on Carter, Andrews, Wheeler, Williams, and Walker. Halftime report brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill. As Colton's thanks you for your business, Colton Steakhouse and Grill, we know what's at stake.
Look, just kind of over the first half, just to be honest with you, I mean, they're 2-10. They just do not have the offensive firepower of a team that needs to be able to compete in the 14th district. You think that's fair?
Yeah.
Brandon's been around a long time. He's been here 6 years. I was looking at their stat sheet. It says he's coached 21 years overall. He hasn't been, I don't think, a head coach for 21 years, but he started out at Cumberland County.
Right.
And kind of got put on the map with, it was actually a loss. It was like a triple or quadruple overtime loss to Bowling Green in the first round of the regional tournament, where he almost pulled one of the biggest upsets in the state. And then after that, moved down here and took over for, I think it was Casey Simpson he took over for here, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So this is just the toughest district, maybe one of the toughest districts in the state to have to compete in, to make it to the regional tournament in. Ask Will McCoy how that's going first year. If you ask, I think it's pretty good so far for him down here, but he's going to figure out how tough it is when you really get into the meat of that schedule, and there's going to be a good team down here that doesn't make it. Warren Central's really good, Bowling Green's good, and I think he has a really good Greenwood team. So one of those 3, as always, is going to get left at home. And they don't get an extra team or a bonus because they have 5 and everybody else has 4 or anything like that. But that's just the way it is. So all in all, our boys have come down here on their normal Friday, Tuesday type schedule and done well. They've kind of taken care of business. They did not relax after that 16-4 first quarter. And they gave up 10 points, but still outscored them by 5 to stretch the lead out to what it is here at halftime. So all in all, a nice quarter. Bandy's had a heck of a half, but as you would expect, Bandy and Nyken leading the way for us, and everybody else doing a good job playing roles that they should play. That's what our basketball team needs to be about. Those 2 probably lead the way, and everybody else follow suit, doing exactly what they're supposed to, and I think Warren will be happy when you come out here with a win doing it like that.
You talk about Warren East being in such a tough district. They have not been to the regional tournament since 1997. 23 years.
Wow.
23 years since they've been to the regional tournament. And you might as well say probably 24.
Yeah.
Because, they're ranked at the bottom of the district. Warren Central, Bowling Green, and then Greenwood, and then even South Warren after that. But, I think it's a little more open in this 4th region than we've seen in quite some time, in the boys' side anyway.
I agree with you. 97 was the year they went to the Final Four. They had the Brit boys that led them to the Final Four. They won the region that year, but since then they haven't been back. That's kind of crazy. You look at that top group there, Glasgow at 7 in the Cantrell ratings. I think you go probably 7 or 8 teams that have a really, really, really good shot to win it. We're 7 in the Bowling Green Daily News.
Yeah.
Any week, those have all been jumbled up, 1 through 7 or 8. So I think your assessment's fair, and I'm going to have to see some major kind of shift if that's to convince me otherwise that any of those 8 teams, more than likely, any of those 8 teams, maybe probably, take one of the teams out of the 16th or one of the teams out of the 13th that probably doesn't have a shot to win it, but everybody else, I think, has a legitimate shot to pull a couple upsets, and when you get to the finals, you never know what happens.
We haven't seen Clinton County. We will toward the end of the season, but they beat Glasgow last night by 12 in that All-A regional tournament, 48-36. And then Allen County Scottsville's not a bad team either, but I don't know that they're capable of winning the regional tournament this year or not. But we kind of break it in tiers again. Warren Central, Bowling Green, Logan County, Greenwood, and would you say that in that first tier, and then Barren, Glasgow, South Warren, Franklin Simpson, second tier?
It's not as clear-cut as the girls and the boys.
Not as big a gap. No, there's not a big a gap.
Well, you could almost split it half and half. Half that do and half that don't have a chance to win the region.
Right. First 8 and the other 9 in the region. So, all right, we'll come back with the second half of this one. Trojans 31, the Warren East Raiders 14. Back after this break. This is Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Warren East got about 4 or 5 offensive fouls in this first possession of the third quarter. Barren County leading 31-14. Here's a three-point try, right side, bounces high off the rim, and going up high for the rebound was Niken, and he goes to the floor hard. But seems to be okay. Call for a traveling violation. Warren East will get it back. Trojans having trouble on the boards. And Matlock will toss it in. This third quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. As Matlock gets in the corner to Wheeler. Wheeler curls around against Withrow. He'll back it out now. Takes it right side, hands it off to Matlock. Now drives left of the lane, goes up against Bush. He put it up too strong, and Bandy grabs the rebound, gives it off to Shaw. Left side, diagonal pass off to Bush, throws it up and in. Wow. That was a tough shot by Tyler Bush, falling away underneath the basket. 33-14, Barren County. Shot out of the left corner, short. Rebound, long, loose on the floor. Digging it out of there. Niken throws it up court. He was down on his back. And here's Bush driving strong. Oh, that ought to be an intentional foul.
It was a very
but
hard foul.
It won't be. Because they started Bo Yoakum in the second half. And Bo Yoakum and Tyler Bush don't believe they like each other too well.
I'm not sure if they do or not. The one arm, and I'm not sure which, left or right, one arm kind of went up for the ball, and then the off arm came down kind of over top of Tyler's shoulder and made it a lot more violent looking than it was, and they will call an intentional foul.
Okay, it should have been. It should have been.
Intentional foul is called on Yoakum, his first, team first on the second.
I don't know why they waited so long to call it, though. Should have been called right at the as soon as it happened. Bush puts it up and it rattled out. And the second shot goes up and it bounces in for him. Got the bounce of the roll. Absolutely, I thought that was an intentional foul.
I'll watch it right here on the replay. Just came down on top of it. So we'll get the two shots and now the ball.
And it's 34-14, Barren. Shaw comes out the whip throw. Thought about pulling the trigger. Now he'll throw it up off the window. No good. Rebound to Bush. Trying to go back up strong with it. Won't get it to go down, but he's fouled again. Tyler Bush battling the board on the offensive end. The foul this time on Warren East, Ryan Carter, his second.
That was on Carter.
And the team's second of the half. Bush puts it in.
Bush and Ryan for one more shot.
That stretches the lead out to 21, 35-14 as Barren scored the first 4 points, all but Tyler Bush. And that one's going to drop in for him. 7 points for Tyler Bush. The lead is 22 at 36-14. Wheeler with the basketball against Withrow. Now he'll lob it back out to Yoakum. Yoakum's going to drive against Shaw. He walked, but no whistle. Comes out to Wheeler. He'll give it now around the perimeter. Out to Williams. Williams left side Matlock. They work it in there, backtracking into Bandy. It's Carter putting it up and in.
He's not a bad player at all. He's got good footwork. Showed it there.
They got him listed as 6'6", 200. Bandy on the baseline. Shot blocked out of bounds by Carter.
6'6", maybe.
Of course, they had Walker at 6'8".
Bandy's 6'6", too. They're pretty close.
Yeah, well,
pretty
it
close.
looks like Carter's about 6'4" and a half. Trojans basketball leading by 20, 36-16. Withrow going right, reversing back left. Getting some pressure out there from Wheeler. And now gets rid of it to Shaw. Shaw against Bo Yoakum. He'll give it off to Withrow. Shovel pass in there to Bandy. And we got a foul on Carter, I believe it is.
Trying to run a
that's three.
Trying to run a play, and we just don't have the spacing we need. We did it a couple of times there, didn't have it.
Here's Niken going up with a shot over Yoakum. He put it in off the window.
Good inbounds play, quick and easy.
For the People's Bank shot. That's his 10th point, 38-16 Trojans. Wheeler working it left of the lane, drug the pivot foot, got away with it. And now Williams having trouble, gives it back off to Wheeler, back out front of the left side. Wheeler dribbles left, now throws up a three-point shot, and he drained it.
It's their first three of the night, isn't it?
It is. It's only their sixth field goal, and it's 38-19. Here's a turnover. Matlock's got it. Drives the basket, missed it. Rebound Williams, puts it back up, no good. Carter with a rebound, back up and in. Trojans again having trouble on the Warren East end of the floor with rebounding. Here's Withrow driving strong to the bucket, puts it in. That gets his first 2 points tonight. And Coach Warren Cunningham wants a timeout. 4:42 to go here in the third. Barren County 40 and Warren East 21.
Warren East did not stop the ball, and as a guard should, keep going until somebody stops him. That resulted in a layup, and Warren waited to call his timeout to reorganize his guys until after we scored, which I like, not disrupting our offensive flow.
Warren East is 0-2 in their district. They lost to South Warren by 22, and they've lost to Warren Central by 44.
I mean, just in fairness, it's not going to get any easier for them.
No. I mean, they'll be the 5 seed.
They could very easily,
more than likely,
be 0-4 because you said they've already gotten beat by South Warren.
Yeah.
Well, South Warren got beat by 20 tonight by Bowling Green, 66-46. So
that kind of shows it right there of how good 14th district is. 40-21. Here's Carter wide open. Puts it in. Somebody fell asleep on defense.
Miscommunication. I think we just didn't communicate well with who we had.
He scored 3 straight buckets. It's 40-23. Matches the lead it was at halftime, 17. Shaw down the baseline. Bandy, and an offensive foul on Bandy. Came down into Bo Yoakum.
Momentum carried him there instead of going straight up.
Bandy's second personal. That's the first of the second half against the Trojans.
His second, team first of the second half. In the game for Barren County, number 33, Corbin Murphy.
Corbin Murphy, his first appearance tonight, 6'2", 238 junior. Came in for Will Bandy to give him a breather. 4:12 to go, third quarter. Barren County 40, Warren East 23. And here's Wheeler with the basketball out front with it for Warren East. Straight away off to Matlock. Sends it down the left corner to Yoakum. Bounces down in there to Carter, left of the lane. Lobs it off in the right corner. Wheeler's got it. Wheeler will bring it back out against Gavin Withrow. Now here comes Yoakum. Sends it off right side. And it's Matlock in the lane. Couldn't shoot. Gives it back to Yoakum. Yoakum now at the right elbow. Pivots around. Gives it to Matlock. Here's the lob. It's going to be picked off in there. They try to go to Carter with it. Murphy got a hand on it, and Niken got it, and he'll drive it to the basket, and he missed it. And the ball knocked out of bounds, and it's going to go to Warren East.
As they were going up and down the floor, I just couldn't help but notice all the color on the shoes. There's more colors on the shoes of players than in the rainbow. It's changed a whole lot from when you played and I played, where we just had one team shoe, one color, right?
Chuck Taylor white canvas high tops. Back in my day. Here's a pass down to Matlock. Shot blocked from behind by Tyler Bush and out of bounds. As they get Jones back in the game. Also coming back in for Warren East is Andrews. Cody Lane will come back in for the Trojans. He'll replace Gavin Withrow. Matlock right of the bucket. Goes in the corner now to Jones on the right-hand side. Back in the corner to Matlock. Matlock, long range right, brings it out front against Shaw. He'll give it to Wheeler. Will switch off on defense, and there feed underneath to Carter. Had it blocked from behind. Trojans out of there with it. Bush holds up now, hands it off to Niken. He's going to head to the basket. He'll put it up and in. Boy, he was determined.
Yes, that was the aggressive Aiden we need.
Yep, 12 points for Aiden Niken. 42-23. Trojans on top. 2:43 to go, third quarter. Wheeler heads in the paint. Jump shot good. 14 feet away.
Tough shot. Cody Lane was all over him there, and he pulled up right in front of him.
8 points for Wheeler. Driving the baseline, Niken. A whistle and a foul. Try to get around Carter. It's on Carter. That's his fourth. Nope, they're going to put it on Matlock. His first, team's fourth. Coming back into Warren East lineup is Britton Walker. Carter's going to check out. He's got 3 on him. Ball comes out to Niken. He'll give it to Lane. And back again there in the Shaw. Curls in the paint. Throws up the shot. Off the back iron. Ball swatted out of bounds. They're going to say one off Niken. Warren East with the basketball. 2:22 left to go, but an even third quarter. Matlock trying to make a move on Bush. Puts up the shot. Good.
Basket by Matlock.
That's his first basket of the night. Averages 11 points a game. 42-27. 15-point Trojan lead. Shaw, left side over to Niken. Now goes in the corner to Bush on the left-hand side. Curls in the lane. Goes in traffic. Throws up the shot, and it goes in, falling down.
Where's Tyler's offense come from tonight?
I don't know, but I like it. 9 points. Here's Matlock. Floater short underneath. Bush has got it for the Trojans. Off to the races. Takes it left side. Bounce pass off to Cody Lane. Then try to force it back in there to Bush. Digging it out there. Murphy puts it up. It won't fall. Comes back into his hands. He puts it back up. No good again. Warren East coming out there with it. Got a 2-on-1 break. And a no-look pass underneath. And a shot put up and in by Matlock. 44-29. And here's Jacob Shaw. In the front court is Ryan Shirley waiting to check in the next break. Driving, Shaw had it swiped out of his hands, out of bounds.
In game for Warren East, number 4.
Tyler Bush getting a much-deserved break.
Had a good, played all quarter. Good start to that quarter and get the break.
Here's a lob and a Niken, and he got the shot to go in.
Got rimmed out of there like almost everything else has tonight.
14 for Aiden Niken, 46-29 Trojans. Logan Sanders back in the ball game now for Coach Brandon Combs. Here's Wheeler against Cody Lane. They have to switch off. Murphy had to switch off. They feed it down to Walker, and he puts it in.
Yeah, got to go underneath that instead of switching it.
Walker with his second basket. 46-31. Niken with it on the right side. Now Sanders trying to stay with him. He lost the handle, but Murphy down low to pick it up and throws it back out front to Shaw with 32 seconds to play. Right side to Niken. Niken's got a three-point look. He'll put it up. It's no good. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Going to get a foul on Lane for coming over the back. His first, team second of the half. And Warren East basketball as Gavin Withrow checking back to the Trojan lineup for Jacob Shaw.
Barren County, number 3, Gavin Withrow.
Wheeler will bring it up with 20 seconds to go. Warren East has outscored the Trojans by 2 points this quarter. Wheeler on the dribble right, looks left, goes back right, and they lose a handle and picked back up by Wheeler. Three-pointer, air ball, and Niken throws it down the floor, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Well, Barren County with a 15-point lead. It's 46-31 over Warren East as the Raiders outscored the Trojans 17-15 in that third period. Back with the fourth and final quarter after this break as you're listening to Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Fourth and final quarter here from Warren East. Trojans 46, the Raiders 31. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, Todd Belcher in the studios. And at the right elbow, Ryan Shirley turns with it, dribbles out. Now looking for Niken. He's covered up down low. They work it around the perimeter, left side corner. Tay Pointer, nice jump stop, throws it up off the window. Good, and a foul. Nice move by Tay Pointer.
Sure was. Tay's first bucket of the night.
Foul on 32, and that is Walker, his second.
Walker, his second, team fifth.
That's 5 on the Raiders here in the second half. Tay Pointer chasing an old-fashioned three-point play. Oh, missed everything. Short-armed that one, and it's going to be Warren East basketball. 48-31, Trojans lead it. As Logan Sanders brings it across the midcourt stripe. Out of the left side floor, finds some daylight against Ryan Shirley and lost the handle and out of bounds. Ryan Shirley, good defensive play down low as he cut him off. Ball comes into Withrow, turns up court with it against Wheeler. Gets it across the line. Bounce pass, right elbow, Bandy hands it off out to Pointer for the three-point try. Oh, air ball goes out of bounds.
Warren had the confidence to go right back to him to try to get him another look to erase that one. Instead, compounded it. He's all right. Good shooter.
That would have put the Trojans up by 20 if they could have hit that one. Wheeler with the basketball for Warren East. And he threw it away as his teammate was Heading up the baseline, Jones. Unforced turnover, gives it back to the Trojans.
23, Caleb Hester.
Caleb Hester is checked into the Trojan lineup. First time tonight, 6', 128 senior. And we got Jacob Shaw back in the game. Ryan Shirley, Gavin Withrow, and Will Bandy on the court. Now Withrow will work it up across the line. It's Wheeler. Almost brought it back in the back court. Gives it back over to Shaw. Shaw wants to drive strong to the bucket. He puts it up and it comes off the rim. Ryan Shirley back up and he's fouled. Foul is on number 4. That is
I was on Sanders. It's first team.
Logan Sanders.
Shirley line, 2 shots.
Number 6 on the Raiders. Ryan Shirley, first one good.
In the game for Warren East, number 41, Ryan Carter.
49-31. Barren County with an 18-point lead. 6:48 to go. Ryan Carter back in the lineup for the Raiders. And here's Ryan Shirley at the line for the Trojans. And the second shot, too strong. Lane violation. Somebody stepped in the lane too quickly there. I believe that was
Sanders.
Was it Sanders? Yeah. Second shot, Shirley again. This one's good. 50-31. Lead is 19 for the Trojans. 6:42 to go in the basketball game. They brought Simmons back in the lineup now. Goes left side with it over to Jones. Jones spinning back. Had it smacked out of his hands. Foul on Gavin Withrow. And that'll be number 2 on him. 3 on the Trojans in the second half.
I feel like we've had a whistle every trip almost.
It's been a long game.
I really thought so. It's already 9 o'clock and we still got a majority of a quarter to play.
Free throw is up. It's good for Jones. His first point of the game. Averages 7 on the season. 50-32.
When you're up 18, the last thing you want to do is foul. You just need to play solid defense and shorten this game as much as possible.
Jones connects on the second. Timeout by Brandon Combs and the Warren East Raiders. 6:32 to play in the ball game. This will be a full timeout as we'll take the People's Bank timeout. People's Bank in Glasgow working for you. Trojans 50, Warren East 32. Don't forget Saturday night, we are at Barren County High for the Trojanettes return to the home court after long road trips and away games for over a month.
So tell me that schedule real quick. We got a game Saturday.
All right. JV varsity doubleheader girls on Saturday. JV will start at 5 o'clock. Monday night, we'll go to Monroe County. Big district doubleheader. And then Tuesday night, the Trojans will host Ohio County. JV varsity doubleheader. And then a week from Friday night, we host Allen County Scottsville, a district doubleheader. And then a week from Saturday night, we go to Franklin Simpson for a doubleheader.
So next week's a jam-packed week.
It is Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday next week. The Trojans have 4 games next week. The Trojanettes play 3 next week.
So it's a
the
light
makeup
week.
game with Warren Central on Saturday.
Light week and then a...
Here's a run out. Coming to Shaw. He's going to take it to the hoop. He'll lay it up and in.
Good pass, good delivery there. And I think that was Shirley that threw it.
Yep, Ryan Shirley. 52-33. Sanders is in trouble. Throws in the corner to Carter. Feeds it in the lane, lost it, and here comes Withrow. On the run. He's going to take it to the rack. He'll put it up and banked it in.
Basket by Withrow.
People's Bank shot for Gavin Withrow. That pulls the lead out to 21 now. I believe matches their largest of the ball game. I believe we had a 21-point lead at one time. Here's a jump stop and an off-balance shot that's no good. Rebound to Shaw. He'll throw it down the floor to Shirley. Goes underneath and he gets fouled.
Got too far underneath the rim when he caught it.
Foul on 11. That's Simmons. His first, team 7th. And Ryan Shirley.
Shirley at the line for 2 shots.
4 for 4 at the stripe. 2 shots. First one on the way. Rim's good. 55-33. And that is the longest lead of the night for the Trojans. Second shot's good. Make it 56-33, Barren County. 5:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Simmons with the basketball, fires it off to Sanders on the right wing. He puts down the dribble. Now bounces down low in there to Carter. He was double teamed. Foul going up with a shot, and it's going to be on, is it on Bandy or Hester? It's on Bandy. And 3 on Will Bandy, 4 on the Trojans in the second half.
You just haven't yet got that memo from the bench to quit doing anything like that, reaching in, just play solid defense.
Carter missed the first. He'll have one more. Aiden Niken returning to the Trojan lineup for Will Bandy. In for Warren East. And I'm not sure. I don't have a number 13. You got a 13 on yours?
Trey Price.
Trey Price. Okay, I had him 00 on the original roster. So, and the second shot's good for Carter. He's got 11. Trey Price is a 5'11" 8th grader. And also in is number 40, Simon Gee, 6'4" freshman at 220. Ball comes into play to Shaw. It's 56-34. Barren County, 5.5 minutes to play. Shaw working around his defender, goes in traffic and tried to shovel it off, and they tried to draw a foul, and Niken throws it up over the rim. Got his own rebound, back up, no good again, but a foul. And he'll head to the free throw line. Foul on 13, and that is Trey Price.
Use that glass to be your friend in that situation. When you've got 2 or 3 people hanging on you, throw it up there, try to hit that corner and let it fall in.
8th team foul on Warren East here in the second half. Niken at the line, shot no good.
Brendan's throwing in some of his young guys. It's about time, I'd say, for Warren to do the same. The only negative is we don't have a game for a little while.
That's right. Don't have one until next Monday night. Second shot's good for Aiden Niken. He's got 15. 57-34 Trojans. Here's a long 3. Downtown Bowling Green is Jones.
3-point basket by Jones.
And here's a long pass down to Niken. He heads toward the basket. Got sandwiched between 2 players. Shot no good. Rebound comes off to Jones. He just hit the 3. 57-37, 5 minutes to play. Here's a 3 by Simmons, and it's an air ball. Caught underneath the basket by Shaw. Shaw behind the back dribble, races in the front court down the right side, gets cut off, has to reverse it back out. Cross-court pass comes to Withrow. He'll pull the trigger for 3, and it's good.
I'd say Warren will leave him in there about 45 more seconds, because right now you're just basically playing pickup basketball. It's just run back and forth, no plays, just kind of get the rebound and go and create.
Here's another 3-point try. Swish. Oh, knocking that one down was Isaiah Andrews. And it's 60-40. Cody Lane will return to the Trojan lineup. He'll come in for Aiden Niken.
Cody Lane.
Niken with 15 points tonight. And Warren East, some pressure in the backcourt. Shaw left open over there, gets it across the timeline. Now makes a move at his defender, down the lane, slices his way in, puts it up and in for his 3rd field goal of the game. 62-40. 4:15 still to go. Here's Simmons, giving it out to Jones. Jones fires it back over right side. And trying to penetrate with the basketball is Price. He goes up, has a shot blocked, and Hester went to the deck. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Warren East. Raiders. Jones on the dribble, brings it back out, tried to get around the screen there. It was set. Here's a floating pass inside. Ball's loose on the floor. Lane feeds it up court. Here's Hester driving to the basket, lays it up and in. Caleb Hester makes it 64-40. 3:43 to play. And here's a steal by Withrow. He'll throw it up court to Hester again. He'll take it to the basket, flips it up and in.
Like I said,
dipsy doodle there.
Only that you can do in the pickup game, and that's, like I said, what it's kind of turned into when you can try some stuff like that.
66-40, Barren County, 3:20 to play in the ball game. Jones with it, drives against Withrow, and he threw it away. I don't think anybody there to get it. Nobody touched it. So now we're going to get Corbin Murphy and Mason Griggs in the ball game to join Caleb Hester And Cody Lane also in the ball game for the Trojans is Colton Stevens, 5'7" sophomore. And who else did we have coming in?
Warren East put 12 in.
Number 12 for Warren East. That's Grant Gott. Does that sound right to you?
Yes, that's right. I think that's everybody.
I'm just trying to make sure I got everybody on the paper here. Stevens with the basketball, down to 3 minutes to go. Griggs with it on the right side. He'll take it down the baseline, cut off, dumps it into Murphy. Murphy off balance and feeds it there to Hester, and he put it in.
That was a foul, but the ball
was
fell right in.
They're letting them play out there now.
I don't know if you have Nigel Jones on the sheet or not. Number 3.
No, I do not. Nigel Jones. 68-40. Cross-court pass comes over to Price. They'll give it out to Andrews. Around the perimeter left to Jones. And he'll send it back out. And now working against Hester. Jumper, high arching shot. Missed it. It was an air ball and taken by Cody Lane. 2:20 to play. Hands it off there to Colton Stevens. He'll bring it across the line. Drives left. Sends it over to Hester. Fakes the 3. Throws it back out to Stevens. Penetrating. Runner in the lane. Off the back iron. Rebound to Warren East. Down to 2 minutes to play. 68-40. Here's a long 3. No good off the back iron. Pulling the rebound down is Caleb Hester. Hester is going to bring it up for the Trojans. Crosses the midcourt line. Left side, it goes to Stevens. Long bounce pass over to Cody Lane. Trying to penetrate down the lane. Cut off in there. Gives it back to Hester. He'll fire it up for 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound by Mason Griggs on the right side. Here's Stevens with a floater in the lane that's short. Ball's tipped out. Caught by Gee. Minute and a half to go. Here's a shot going up. No good. Rebound to Hester for the Trojans. Races down the floor. Feeds it off down to Griggs, and he puts it in. Give the assist to Hester on the Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jamie Harris assist. But Jamie Harris of Edward Jones assist you today. Your financial planning. 70-40. Barren County's largest lead, a minute 20 to play. Byron Reynolds is checked in the ball game. Aiden Miller and Lane Stevens in for Coach Warren Cunningham with a minute 20 to play.
It's good officiating. Just get a stop there to get those kids in.
Warren East with the basketball, working left. They pick up the dribble. Go off to Price, and here's a feed. Oh, a collision here, and that basket will be waved off. And an offensive foul on, who's it on, 13?
3.
Oh, Nigel Jones. Nigel Jones. 1:08 left. As Colton Stevens works it up court against Grant Gott. Gets it across the line. And they're going to call him for palming the basketball. 58.8 to play. Barren County to improve to 9-6 on the season. Warren East will fall to 2-11. And here's a lob inside, ripped away by Griggs. Griggs throws it up court. Lane Stevens on the right side. Back to Griggs. He's going to drive to the bucket, and he lays it in. 72-40. Trojans have scored 26 points in this fourth quarter. And going up baseline, they kick it back out. They lose the handle on it. That's Jones. Jones works against Reynolds. He'll throw it back behind in the corner. A 3-ball in the air. No. Rebound in there by Aiden Miller. He'll give it off to Colton Stevens with 17 seconds to play. Gonna have to get it across the line, though. And he does. Down to 10 seconds. And the Trojans will just dribble it out with 7 seconds to go. And will win by 32 here at Warren East tonight as they outscored the Raiders 26-9 in the final quarter.
Yeah, good win in a place that we have had some struggles in the past. Definitely not tonight.
We'll come back with the postgame report brought to you by CPC Commodities, proven on our farm and made for yours. You're following Barren County High basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon.